Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Can someone give me a yes that you can hear me? I'm just waiting to someone say yes. You guys can hear me okay? And I'm looking at StreamYard, so it's like lagging. Yes, John? Okay, awesome. So I thought I would do, hey, Infamous, I thought I would do something a little different to start it off while I let people chime in. I think I'm going to try to be cool like Andy, and I'm going to play my intro song. So here you go. Hopefully it's not too loud. I don't know about you guys, but this song makes me want to dance. Hey, Florida. I'm trying to be cool like Andy right now. Hi, Valerie. Hey, crazy mama. Yeah, Valerie, I'm trying to be like Andy. So how are you guys doing tonight? Are you guys ready for this AM interview by Nichol Kessinger? Okay, I try to be cool like Andy right there. Hey, Ara, what's up, girl? Florida, how you feeling? Let's see. Florida, you know he had COVID. I believe you're home now, right? So what's up? What's up? How's everyone doing tonight? It is Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, I like to call it. I hope everyone's having a good week. I hope you guys had a good Cinco de Mayo, a good weekend. The weekend's almost here already. Hey, Dave, thank you for being here. Amanda, what's up, girlfriend? Hey, John. John said, where did it go? Oh, gosh. John says he does love lying itches. So, yes, he's ready for this interview. Donna. Oh, I know. It's super late, Donna. Oh, you guys, I need to figure out how to go live earlier. And Donna, thank you for being here. Every time I see your name, I think of La Bamba. So unfortunately, I'm looking at the chat through StreamYard. So again, you guys just know that your messages come in a little bit, it lags on StreamYard. So because we're going to use my phone to play the interview for you guys. And let me get that off the screen. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling, you're back, Florida. Let me see. It says COVID sucks. Yeah, I'm home. Just don't have it in me yet. A week of meds really wore me out still on steroids. Yeah, I bet. Sky, am I lagging 10 minutes? I haven't even been on 10 minutes, girlfriend. Hey, Mug Boys. What's up? What's up? Donna, you're a night out? I'm a night out too. So we are friends. Valerie, you like this time? Yeah, it's 7 p.m. for me too. I like this time. I tell you guys all the time. Hey, Marlene, what's up, girl? Thank you for being here. And just so you guys know, Tuesday is Gigi's birthday. So I'm thinking I might just go live on a Tuesday just to tell her happy birthday. Maybe I'll sing to you, Gigi. And hopefully you guys don't hear my dogs barking. I have them outside and they're already like, I could hear them already. Okay, let me share my screen. So today, I already told you guys we're going to be listening to the Mistress' second interview. And this is the interview that happened on the 16th. It's like the really, really long one. So we're going to have to break it up in a couple of segments, a couple of lives, because yeah, I tried downloading it on my phone. And my phone was like, no, bitch, you are not putting this chick on your phone for that long. No. So my phone didn't allow me to download it. So I'm going to have to play it for you guys. Crazy shot, crazy shot, crazy shot. I'm actually drinking water today, Donna. Believe it or not. Cinco de Mayo, I did enjoy myself. And yeah. How are you doing tonight, Margie? Yes, Florida. Praying for a speedy recovery for you. Sky, did I miss something? Who's talking about you? Hi. Oh, hold on. I got a phone call really quick. Hold on. Let me mute that. Okay, so Purple ain't going to be able to make it today, you guys. Aw, Purple. But we love her anyways. She's the best. Let me see. I've seen somebody come in. And again, if you are a sub, please just drop a hello in the chat. If you don't feel comfortable chit-chatting with us, that's totally understandable. I get it. Before I had a YouTube channel, I really never liked to go on people's channels and comment. I was always embarrassed by it. I don't know why. So, but just drop a hello. It makes me feel good knowing what subs are actually here and not lurking, even though I lurk sometimes too. Hey, Glitter. Glitter Queen. Uh-oh, we got a Glitter Queen in the house. Glitter, yes. Actually, I just uploaded it today. I worked on it yesterday. I've been working on it actually, and I uploaded it yesterday. No, today it was finalized, uploaded. It's ready to go tomorrow. So tomorrow around noon, I usually do my uploads. I switch over from unlisted to public around 12 o'clock p.m. So tomorrow it'll be up, and I'm rambling already. Hey, Steve. I feel like I missed somebody. Was there an Amy in here? Who did I miss? Hello, girls. Hello. Is Andy live still? I'm not sure. I told Andy I was going live, and I wanted him to hear my intro song. Hey, Carly. Mama Bear, what's up? Here but lurking. It's all good, girl. It's all good, beautiful. So I did a picture for you guys. Yeah, Glitter. You're gonna really enjoy this one, part 2, and then there'll probably be a part 3 for Nate's mom's book. Okay, I was like, I know I've seen Amy in here somewhere. No, he's finished. Okay, so he'll probably be getting here in a little bit. Let me. Hey, girl. Hey, thank you for being here, love. Well, Andy should be off because you're in here. Miss Chaz, hello. How are you? All right, so I did a photo for you guys. I'm going to share it with you. And I thought of Demon when I did it. I'm not going to lie. And John, I thought of you when I did it. I thought of Sky when I did it. I thought of Amanda. I thought of a lot of you guys when I did it. So I hope you guys enjoy it, because this is going to be the photo you guys are going to be looking at for most of this live. Hey, Crib from New Mexico. Well, hello. Hola, hola. Hey, Amelia. Okay, that's fine. Have a good night, love. Oh, NK's talking about you, Sky, behind your back. Okay, let's let's be professional first. So let me, because I know some people are like, let me get that off the screen. Hold on. Hey, Leanne. Leanne, I seen your message right before I was going to go live, so I will reply to you after love. Hey, Kristen. Well, welcome, Kristen. Welcome. Sunflower, what's up, girl? I love that name, Crazy Mama, because you guys get crazy with me, you're going to have that crazy mama on you. She is crazy. Ariana, hello, love, hello. Okay, let me do what I said I was going to do. Hold on. Let me clear this out. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the photo I made. Okay, let's make that. I'm just going to leave it like that. Share a screen. Okay. What do you guys think of this photo? I thought these were all your guys' favorite photos of hers, so I thought I'd put them all in there for you guys while we listen to this interview. Hey, Amber, is Amber in here? Yeah, I see her. Amy, you don't like it? I thought of all of you guys. I really did. I got the brown bikini in there. I gave her a tan though in her sand dunes. I had to give the girl a tan for that one. And then I got the dress that Sky was trying to find and she found it. Valerie, did I say hi to you, love? I don't think I did. Ara said, oh no, you're going to make me stare at that damn brown bikini all night. Well, because you guys are going to be listening to the interview, so you have to look at something. So I thought, why not? See, Mama Bear loves it. See, thank you, Mama Bear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me clear this out for a moment so you guys aren't like, ee. Demon Child isn't allowed to have fun without me. Okay, hold on. Let's see. All right, let's look at first, before we start this, let's look at, yeah, John, I gave her a little tan. I had to give her a little tan. Oh, goodness. All right, hold on. All right, so now let's get serious here, shall we? So we're going to be looking at her second interview, you guys, which was done on August 16th with Agent Kobach, and Tim Martinez was also in there. She also had her daddy in there. Mr. Nichol Kessinger was also present for that interview. Now, it's interesting because, let me share my screen again, because she was originally supposed to I'm trying to share my screen real quick. She was originally going to be going to that interview with her dad. Her dad was originally going to pick her up, and I'm just wondering what switched that she ended up having the agents pick her up instead. And let's look at that text message really quick. All right. So originally, and I have John's message still up there. Originally, she was going to have her dad come pick her up, and they were going to meet over there. But something changed. She changed her mind. I'm not sure if I'm buffering. I'm hoping I'm not. Oh no. And I just wonder what changed her mind. And I know some people may not think that's a big deal, her not taking her truck. But here's the thing. For 6 weeks, her truck worked totally fine. Per her own statements, they drove her truck everywhere. They took her truck everywhere. It was always her truck. So it wasn't like she was having car trouble, anything like that. So I'm just wondering why all of a sudden, when it's time to meet with the police or CBI, FBI, why is she not taking her truck there all of a sudden? So let's see. Hey, Ann. What's up, girl? Hey, Sam, 50%. What's up? I hope I didn't miss anybody coming into chat. And again, I'm looking at all chat through what was that supposed to say? Not about the drama. I don't know what that means, San 50. Maybe I'm not reading that right. Sky explained it to me because usually I don't understand, and then Sky will explain it. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we have no drama here. We're a no drama zone. Hey, Carlo, what's up? Yeah, Aura, she just all of a sudden can't drive her car anymore. I don't know, but for 6 weeks, it worked just peachy for her, you know? So all of a sudden, it doesn't work. Hey, little miss, how are you doing, love? Oh, thank you, crazy mama. Yeah, no, I'm not about drama. No, no, no. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Sky. Sorry, I'm a little out of it sometimes, you know, and I'm sober, so yeah. Oh, Lindsay, hello. Is this the couch auction? I don't know what that means. I am doing good. Thank you, little miss. I hope you had a good weekend, a good week. Okay, so shall we get started with this interview? Let me know if you guys are ready for it so I can hit play. I should just start right now. Let me set up. Let me share my screen again. Oh, okay. Yay. Hey, Grace, how are you? Hey, Andy, what's good? Andy, you missed my intro song. Damn it. I was trying to be cool like you. I played a intro song, but I probably ain't as cool as you, so yeah. Ooh, a TJ Maxx haul, little miss. That's cool. I love TJ Maxx. Okay, so Andy, this photo you're going to see is, I thought of you guys when I made it. So let's get it on the screen for you again. Okay. All right. And I guess I should make that a little bigger, but then I don't like it. No, we're not going to make it too big for you guys. I'm going to have to leave it like that for you guys. And do you guys remember when I first went live? I think Andy was on, well, it wasn't my first live, but I couldn't even work StreamYard. Who remembers that? Who remembers my first, well, one of my first lives? I was falling apart. It was so embarrassing. Donna, you are so smart, Donna. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the same thing. Just didn't want, where's your comment? I think she didn't want to take her truck over there around the police, take it to the station, because I think she, you know, what if they had dogs, you know, going around her truck? What if they would have asked, like, hey, is it okay if we just look at the truck? I just think it's really interesting that she did not take her truck or want it around them when she was driving around just fine. I don't think I've ever owned a brown bikini. I'm just saying. Hey, Just Larry, what's up? I was wondering if you were going to make it. Let's see. I'm just setting up right now. I did this beautiful photo for all of you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this photo. We got the brown bikini for John and Demon. We got the dress for Sky, because Sky literally was looking to buy this. I'm not even kidding you guys. And then this one reminds me of Amber and Andy. And this one is for everybody else. Everybody else is this one right here. And look at this girl in the middle. I wonder if, and this is her too, because look at, she's in a long sleeve too right here. And look at Kovac right here. Just looking at all of this. Walmart. Oh, the dress was at Walmart, you guys. She found it on Walmart. I mean, she got the booty popping. Okay, I need to stop. Let me get started. All right. Okay, guys, I'm gonna set up right now. Let me know in chat if it's too loud. I can lower it. Just let me know. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Let me put the volume up. Let me move my mic. Sorry if you guys are hearing some noise. I'm just moving stuff around for you. Andy, one day when I do, maybe when I do the next interview with her, because this is no way going to be done in one, maybe you could come up on panel and we can watch it with everybody. And then, oh my gosh, Andy's hilarious, you guys. If you haven't watched him, he's hilarious. Donna says, I got 7 of those dresses. Donna be wearing one of those every damn day. Even in the wintertime, Donna's wearing that. Mm-hmm. Hey, Melanie. I'm just going through chat, making sure I said hi to everybody. I always feel so bad when I'm done with, when after I watch the live and I don't say hi to someone, I'm like, oh my goodness. How did I not say hi to them? All right, you guys, are you ready? Hey, Wendy. Hello, hello. Andy is funny. Andy's freaking hilarious. Florida, I've never worn a brown bikini though. Maybe like a light tan, but like that. And look at, she has hearts on it. I didn't even notice that. A heart on her booty. I never noticed that before. Oh my goodness. I mean, I think she has a nice body. I do. Little Miss said, yes, heart patches from 1998. Why did I say on Andy's channel? I'm like, my grandma wants her brown bikini back. Like my grandma would even wear this. No. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let me clear that out. Okay, let's see. Let's hide that one. All right, guys. We're all set up. Yes. All right. Let's get started with the potty now. All right. Is that true? Big boobs? Guys like big boobs? John, that's a good point, John. That you could see her heart as she doesn't have one. And really? Oh my goodness. Okay. John said, yep, boobs rock. I don't know. I'm more of a, I notice booties. I think booties are more sexier than boobs. All right, guys, ready? Amanda looks like Mariah Carey. Oh, don't get her started. She'll start singing for you. All right, here we go. Uno, dos, tres. Let's get started.
Okay. Can you speak up just a little bit so the recorder? I know you're tired and you're stressed.
Oh gosh, she's tired already. She's got
any longer than we have to be. You've already had a conversation with people before. You came here on your own free will to talk to us. We picked you up at your request and brought you here. You can
see. That's the thing. Did you hear that? We picked you up at your request, but you guys just seen that she was supposed to go with her dad. So I'm wondering what changed. Maybe she just got paranoid at the last minute.
Get up and leave at any time. You don't have to talk to us. If there's a question you don't want to answer, don't answer it. If you don't want to talk anymore, just tell me I want to leave. And I'm kind of in the way of the door, but you're not being interrogated as a criminal suspect. We're here to understand your relationship with Chris and what you know about Chris and his family and events relating to Chris Watts. And do you know him as Chris or Christopher?
Either one.
Okay. So
she's already setting the tone. Either one. She's already irritated that she got to be there. Already irritated. Keep in mind we have a missing pregnant woman and 2 children, and she's irritated already. She's already setting that interview, letting them know, like, I don't even want to be here right now. You're lucky I'm even here.
The phone number that you reached him on, can you tell me what that number was?
I think I deleted that out of my phone too. I just cut him out of my life. It's a 910 number. You guys have it.
No, we
right,
gave it to
boys?
Mark yesterday.
Yeah. I probably have it, but just in case.
I don't have it.
If I recited it to you, would you know it?
Wait, did the dad say they gave it to Mark yesterday? Hold on. Let me look at my notes. Because they didn't give it to Mark yesterday. Remember, they couldn't find it at the park interview. Remember, she was struggling to figure out her phone. Oh my God. Yeah, he says, well, we gave it to Mark yesterday. No, you didn't. You're already lying, Dad.
Just the first 3 numbers.
But you know it as a 910 number?
Yes, that's what I do
guys.
know. I mean,
North Carolina or something.
North Carolina. Okay. So let's just start with like a timeline of your.
Sorry, I'll be stopping it a lot. Hey, Marcy. Why is her dad even opening his mouth? Like, I don't want to be rude or anything, but he's already answering quite North Carolina. Like, this is, I don't know. That just bugs me right there.
Getting to know Chris, how you guys met, where you met, all those things. Let's just run. And I'm not going to ask you specific questions.
Good points, guys. That's why you're my girl.
I'll let you just tell me your story. I think it's a little bit easier that way. So I just want to know how you met him, where you met him, how long you guys were dating, and those kind of things initially.
okay. I think I met him sometime in June, probably early June. It might have been May. It was just talking at work. It was pretty casual. And he didn't have a wedding ring on his finger. And every time I talked to him, he didn't tell me that he was in a relationship. He didn't even mention his kids right away either.
I do want to point this out for you guys. I know we've all heard this interview thousands of times, but just listen to how easily she lies, how easy it just comes out of her effing mouth. She's saying what she's saying right now. Well, we know she knew he was married. We know that. It's funny how she says, well, he didn't have a wedding ring on. So what does that mean? Does that mean he wasn't married because he didn't have one on? But yet you've seen the photos and you've seen all that on his phone.
And then one day he told me that he had 2 kids. I was like, that's pretty cool. And so he told me about his kids.
That sounded like a sarcastic comment.
No, I thought it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, he's a dad. It was like right around Father's Day too. So whatever that is in June.
God. We're just getting started, guys. The way she says it, is that around June? She's. I should show my face so you guys can see what I look like right now. I am just already getting started, and I'm drinking water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not good with
He
holidays.
told me he had kids, and then it was Father's Day shortly after
Okay.
that. So that's what I do now. And I was like, I thought it was cute. And then he's telling me about him. He's pretty excited about him. And then he mentioned that he did have a significant other.
Marcy, yes, that for that post that Shanann wrote, he was already talking to Nichol Kessinger. Also, they went to the movies too, I believe, for Father's Day around that time. And she was talking to Chris at that time. And the one that really just makes my stomach turn is when they're in San Diego. And he's there smiling with her friends. And he's there, with Shanann. And he was already talking to her and setting up, hey, let's meet. Your wife's leaving tomorrow? Well, hey, let's meet tomorrow. Let's go out for the first time.
And then he told
Hey,
me
gun
that
time.
those two were in the process of a separation.
Did he mention the children's name or his significant other's name?
I didn't know his significant other's name for a while. And then
Significant other name. Why would Kobach say that from the beginning? That's his effing wife.
And I think he told me his kids' names pretty quick, but to be honest with you, on an exact date of when that happened, I don't know.
So in May and June, first of all, where do you work?
I work at Anadarko Petroleum Corporation. I'm contracted to Anadarko Petroleum Corporation.
Okay, and you work out of an office setting where?
Sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm going to leave this comment up right here. Let's see. Where is it? I'm going to leave that comment up for you guys.
Platteville, Colorado.
Okay. And Chris also works out of that location, per
Yes.
se.
Yes. He's in the field, but he comes into the office with his team.
So you work, what is your job responsibility?
I do health, safety, and environment.
Okay. So you work,
You guys notice that when Kobach asked her something about herself, like what type of truck, what she does, where does she work? Have you noticed how she does a real whisper with it? And I think she does that because she knows the recording. She just gives like health and safety, Speak up, bitch.
in the office and you take care of health safety for, Anadarko is an oil and gas company, right?
Yes.
So you're doing health safety in the office and Chris works in the field.
Yes.
as
Lordy, you
a-
better stop.
What kind of job does he do?
He's an operator. So I don't know like all of his daily duties, but he's a field operator. So he works with like the oil wells.
You
So he
know
goes out
she
and
knew all of his duties.
Does work on those, whatever
Yes.
that work might be. But he comes into the office frequent.
In the mornings. His team meets in the mornings. They're not all in there every day. Some days some of them are in there, some days other ones are in there, but in the mornings typically from like 6:15 to probably 7, somewhere around there.
And is that where you met Chris?
Okay, so you guys heard what she says, and I gotta give this to Andy because when Andy did this interview, Andy pointed out how she says at 6:15 to 7, that oh my god, you guys probably hear my dogs. They're going nuts outside. That at 6:15 she sees them in the break area. Wow. She also pinged in Frederick at 6:15. So shouldn't she have been in that break room at that time? That was a really good catch, Andy.
Yes.
Okay. So can you just take us through kind of a little bit of the early part of how he courted you or you courted him? I don't know which one happened.
Courted
guys
you?
got to know
What
each
is
other.
he?
I guess we just started talking. He actually, so part of my job is to manage the gas monitors that we have. So Anadarko requires all of their field personnel to carry like gas monitor sensors for toxic gases, and it's my job to control the inventory, any issues, anything
Hey,
like
Kimberly.
that. And we were having some pretty serious like equipment issues, and we had numerous amounts of people coming in my office one day, and he happened to be one of them. And I'd seen him before, like they meet in the lunchroom, and that's where I go put my lunch in the fridge. So I'd seen him, but I didn't ever like talk to him. So that day we just started talking, and then every time I saw him in the hallway after that, and it was always hit or miss, like it wasn't an everyday thing. It was just when I saw him, we just started talking, and we just kind of had a lot in common and just hit it off. So we'd always have, pretty good conversations. And then, I don't know, one day he told me that he had kids and started talking about his kids, and then mentioned, yes, that I have a wife, but we're getting separated. So, okay. And
When
then
do you think that was?
when he said all that,
So specifically when he told you he was getting separated from his wife, was that within the first couple of weeks that you knew him, or was that later on? You said you met him around May or June.
yeah, it was still in June.
Okay.
It would have been before Father's Day.
So had you guys ever gone out on any kind of
No.
date at that time? You just
No,
met
no.
conversing at work?
Yeah, that's all it was. And then, I don't know. We started hanging out. We hung out. We went to a park.
Hey, sweetie.
Hung out at a park.
Let's go back real quick. So why did he tell you that he was getting a divorce?
So right there, she's saying that they hung out at a park. Okay. That before they ever went on their first real outing, they hung out at a park. So that tells me that before Shanann left, because we know that when Shanann was there, they didn't have their first like out in public, like at a restaurant or a bar or wherever the hell they would go. And so that means that they would hang out at the park. So how long were they hanging out at the park while Shanann was home with the girls? I don't know about you, but that makes me sick to my stomach.
Did he ask you out at that time?
No, he didn't. I think he was probably interested in me. And so he talked to me a couple times via his work phone, and I was like, no. Like, it was still very like.
I agree, Ember. Where's that comment? I think they did. Yeah, I think when Chris was going on his runs, and Nick there talks about that around the fall of 2017, was it 2017 or 2018? Oh gosh, now I'm at the look. But he was saying that Chris got into running a lot and he would go every weekend. And I think he would go and he would meet up with the mistress. I think so.
Friendly conversation. But then when I realized, like, this man is interested in me, I'm interested in him, this is personal. So we got away from the Anadarko thing because I really don't want those guys affiliated with any of this. And
So you have a work phone that specifically,
no, I have one phone that I do both on. He has two phones.
okay, so he had your phone, the 72065.
That's the only number that I roll with all the time.
Okay.
So he,
You're so darn sexy. Oh my God. Why, Chris? Why? Why do you talk like that? And I only row with one phone.
has two phones.
One of those
Hey,
owned
Robin.
by Anadarko and
Yes,
one
sir.
personal.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what his Anadarko phone number was? Okay.
It's been so long, and I mean, I'm sure I could like look it up, but I tried to look it up for those guys yesterday, and I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Um,
You can find it, that's okay. Just wondering if you knew it.
But at that point, we just like took it to his phone because I just felt it was like
All
better
right.
that way. And we just continued to talk, and then
Let me go back to the park. Where's the park?
Hey,
it's
Susan.
like down the street from my house. It's called East Lake Number 3.
Your house
Yes.
in North Glen?
Yes.
And that was in the June timeframe.
Yeah, or like the beginning of July. It was like right around my birthday. It's like
You see how she whispers it again? What park they used to hang out right by her house?
it was sometime at the very end of June or the beginning of July.
Okay. And that's the first meeting you had outside of work?
Yeah.
Basic conversation for a first date?
I mean,
Oh,
we kept
Robin,
it
thank
pretty
you.
simple, I guess, you know. I don't even remember everything we talked about. We
Sure.
were there for a few hours.
Understand so if I ask about conversation, what I'm looking for, was he talking about his family during any of these meetings? Those are the kind of I understand, whatever you guys were talking about, relationship, your life, your interests, those things, that we don't need to know that. What I'm interested in is knowing is when he brings up his children, when he brings up his wife, when he brings up financial information, when he brings up his home, when he brings up anything that may have been, and it's been a few days, so you've had a chance to reflect on some articles that you may have read, and unfortunately, that you're in a situation where somebody has been murdered.
Thank you, Robin, for that. And I just want to say, Robin and Jennifer Green ain't in here, but today I don't see her yet. But I see you guys always in other chats, and you guys are always respectful and so kind. And I just want to point that out right now. So just want to give you guys a little shout out.
And that information, when you look backwards in your memory with the conversations with Chris, anything that he might have said that would be relative to that.
Rachel,
and I'm not just,
hey girl.
even if one day he was mad and he said, I want to do this or do that, anything like that. If he ever made any kind of statements that you were like, whoa, that was
Right,
weird.
Hard Eyes.
Or why would he say that? Or why did he mention that? Do you understand what I'm
No,
looking
I
for?
completely understand. I just feel like some of this happened so long ago that I can't tell you
6
like
weeks.
the exact words of the exact conversation at the exact time and place, because it's like we had a lot of conversations. I mean, we talked every single day. So it's
So if there's
like I'm trying to help you guys with the stuff that's more current. I can give you guys a lot more like detail and exact times. But when you're asking me about something that happened 6 weeks ago and exactly what was said, it's like, I mean, I'm sure I can give you a general idea, but to be honest with you, like to pinpoint exact words, it's not going to happen.
I'm not.
Who the freak does she think she is? Are you serious right now? It's not going to happen. You're lucky I'm even here right now giving you guys any information. It's not going to happen. I mean, this chick thinks her shit don't stink or something.
Looking for exact words. Just more, let's say 6 weeks ago, he said something that triggered with you last night. That's what I'd be looking for. Or something 4 weeks ago. And if you don't remember where it was, or
I see you, sweet pea.
the specific words, that doesn't matter. Just he said something that was off the wall, or he said this, or he said that has caused you a moment to pause, and you go, wow, I wonder why he said that. Now knowing what you know today. Do you understand where I'm going with that?
I completely understand. And to be honest with you, I mean, there were several discussions that we had about his current relationship and where it had gone and what it had caused. And he talked about his kids from time to time. But the thing is he was never.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Sharon. Verbal diarrhea. Get on your laptop, girl. Get on your laptop. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. But seriously, she can't remember her conversation for 6 weeks. I mean, he's not asking for details. And this is what gets me mad. She knows what he's asking for. And she's just, oh my gosh. You know what? I think I'm going to go pour a shot. That's my water, by the way.
Never hostile. It was never anything aggressive. Like even when he spoke of his wife and the fact that they were separating, it was never like ill. It was still very kind. It was just like, this is not working, and would explain why, but it wasn't anything out of the ordinary or anything that I think would scare me. And to this day, even after everything that I found out, I still look back at that and I don't see any red lights with the way that he spoke of his family.
Do
you guys think Chris bashed Shanann? Or do you believe what she's saying that he never talked about her ill or any of that? Ariana, seriously. This is probably why I don't show my face when I'm listening to her, because I look crazy right here. My head's like moving off side to side. I'm talking with my hands and everything. Sharon, I agree. I think so too. That's what I really do believe. I think that. I think there wasn't a day that went by that they did not talk about Shanann. I think every single day, I believe, and this is my opinion, I believe the mistress brought her up. What did she say? Did you know, just these little things that she could have been saying. Well, remember in the beginning, he wasn't leaving Shanann in the very beginning. When they first started talking, and you got to remember, you guys, those Google searches are not typos. They're not. No matter how people want you to think they are, they'll try to convince you. They are not typos. There's one in August for Chris. Then we have September for Shanann, which would make sense to me because if she's doing it to Chris 1 month, the following month she's looking up the wife. And then again in January. Who knows how many others there were on her laptop? I'm wondering, shoot, did she even look her up at while she was at work with the work computer? I mean, we don't know.
Describe his overall demeanor over the 8, 10, 12 weeks
They're
that you
not
guys knew each
typos.
It
other.
wasn't that long. It was like 6 weeks that we were hanging out. I guess we knew each other longer.
Okay, but you met him in the office and
Hold on. Sorry, guys, for stopping so much. Florida, no. Really, every husband bashes his wife to the boys. Oh, where's my boyfriend at? Where is he? I'm going to go ask him. I think I'm an amazing girlfriend, so I don't think he would bash me. Amber, do you believe Florida on that comment? I don't believe that. Who believes that?
just his overall persona. Who was he aggressive? Was he mellow? Was he calm? Was he outspoken? Who was Chris?
I think he's an introvert. I would consider him to be like a pretty,
I don't think I've heard the word
I don't
introvert
want
as
to say
much as
he's
I
a
have.
very
with the
reserved
Stan case.
individual. I think
Hey,
he's
Shelly.
probably more reserved around other people. I think he emphasized to me that one of the reasons that he really enjoyed talking to me is because if he felt like he could get out of his shell.
Yes.
He said around most people, he just like didn't really feel the need to like talk and converse.
Very
And it
true,
wasn't just
sympathy.
in his home life, just in general. It wasn't something where he's an introvert. And I said with him, with me, it made him feel like he could really just start talking about things that excited him. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that we had things in common. So with me, I think he was a little bit more outgoing, but even then, I would still consider him to be an introvert. I mean, not on the extreme end. If an introvert went to like 1 to 10, I'd put him at like a 4 or 5. So on the lighter side of introvert.
Pretty even keeled.
Yes, like really relaxed, like all the time. He was never really like worked up about anything, just
Mellow,
chill,
easygoing guy.
very much.
Okay. And he was that way with you. Did he ever have any kind of, did you guys ever have arguments? I mean,
No,
pretty short relationship, no arguments during that time.
No.
Did he ever lose his temper at any time?
Never.
You guys never had a
Never.
yelling match?
no.
So
No.
you never saw him upset or mad?
No. And there was a couple times that we had some disagreements on things that as we like further progress into this story, but it was never like I am very calm when I
This is what I want to talk about. Why doesn't she go into the story right now? She's like, oh, we'll get into it in a little bit. Why doesn't she talk about it right now? She doesn't want to talk about when Chris had to talk her off the ledge, maybe. Maybe Chris never got really upset, but we all know she did. Well, allegedly she did.
talk to people is like extremely rational when I handle situations that there's a disagreement in, and he always was the exact same way. Like always. Like I never stressed anything. I think one thing that actually kind of drew me to him was the fact that he was like very open with communicating with me if there were any like differences on how we saw things or just like open-minded about things. It was actually I personally thought it was kind of unique because usually most of the men that I've ever met are typically very closed off, and I didn't get that from him at all. But it was always like kind, very kind.
So no sense that this guy had a temper or
Not at all.
was aggressive, or he never lost his mind and yelled and said crazy stuff or anything like that? Okay.
No.
So can we just kind of go back to your
Exactly, Amanda.
relationship? You said you guys had a lot in common. What was that?
Oh, I mean, like we're both really into fitness. I think that's important. It's a lifestyle. Both of us ate
I
pretty
hate when she
healthy,
says that,
so I
it's a
think that was
lifestyle.
important as well. He is like a total gearhead. He likes cars a lot, and I don't know nearly as much about them, but it's always been something that I've been pretty interested in. So we definitely talk about stuff like that. And I guess he was always willing to like learn new stuff and vice versa. Like I like to travel a lot, and it's not something that he's done a lot, but he seemed like really interested in what I had to share with him and vice versa. So even if it wasn't something that we originally had in common together, it was just like, hey, I respect what you have to say, and vice versa.
So you guys yin and yang. You got
Yin
along
and
pretty
yang.
well.
Very well.
So
And-
perfect, right?
No time. He never gave you any indication that
None.
he was having issues. So during your guys' dating time, did you guys spend most of the time at your place?
Always.
Okay, always at your place.
I told, or we'd go out, but I told Mark yesterday, he asked me if I went over there, and I told him about one time that I went over to that house. I've been to that house twice, but it was very, very brief, and it was not like an extended stay. I did not feel comfortable there, or like, I just didn't want to be there. It's not my life. Like, that is somebody else's life and somebody else's existence, and I respect that. That's their space. And so I used to tell him, well, come to my house because this is our space. This is my space. And so for me,
She didn't go to the house because she respected their space. Well, she didn't respect that space too much. She's sleeping with a married man. The stuff that comes out of her mouth. I wonder what Kobach was thinking. Like, was in his head, was he like shaking? Like, what?
out of respect just for like whatever situation he had going on and the fact that it's not my home, I felt that it was better to be in my place. And I live alone. I don't have any roommates or anything, so it's pretty easy to do that.
So during June and July, were you aware that his family was not?
On prime time, are you talking Mark? I'm not seeing what. Are you talking Mark, the FBI agent? Are you talking Mark, Chris's friend?
Did you meet his children
Hey, wifey.
during
Didn't
June
want
and
to.
July?
And he didn't ask me to.
Okay.
I mean, not that I didn't.
Did you guys catch that? Every time I hear that part, it just gets me so upset. So upset. Let me play that for you guys again. And I know we've heard it, but you can hear in her voice, she did not want to meet those kids.
Me too.
Okay.
I mean, not that I
Wait, hold on.
His children
no,
during
didn't
June
want
and
to.
July.
And he didn't ask me to.
Okay.
I mean, not that I didn't want to ever. It was just
She's going to
not
correct you
now.
now.
It's like you're not finalized with your separate.
I want to play it again for you guys. What she's doing now is she's correcting herself because the truth, the real her came out in that instant, how she really felt towards the kids. And then in her head, she's like, shit, I can't believe I said that. And now she's going to go into correcting it and make it seem like, oh, well, not right now. And blah, 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 blah.
And he didn't ask me.
His family was not. Did you meet his children
No,
during
didn't
June
want
and
to.
July?
And he didn't ask me to.
Okay.
I mean, not that I didn't want to ever. It was just not now. It's like you're not finalized with your separation. And not only that, we've barely been dating. Like, you can't introduce kids to somebody new in a situation like that. That's something that takes time. I mean, would I have liked to have met them? Of course. That would have been a great honor for me to have somebody introduce their children into my life, but not then. It was something that it was like, okay, well, let's see where we're at in 6 months. Let's see where we're at in a year. And if we're still doing this and you and me are still, happy with where we're at, and you think that this is something that is going to be long-term and is worth bringing your children into the picture, then yes, I would love to meet them. But it's like, not right now. You are still in this situation where you're not even completely out of it, and I'm getting in it, and that's not fair for them. And that was kind of the policy that I had with him, it was just.
I'm sorry. I don't believe a word she's saying right now. Hey, Purple, you made it. I don't believe a word she is saying right now. Hey, Jen. Yeah, I don't believe a word she is saying at all. It's funny that she brings up the 6 months period. If we were dating like 6 months, I feel like the 6 month period gets mentioned a lot with this case. If you remember, you have Shanann's friend Lauren saying that she noticed a change in Chris for 6 months prior to what happened. You have NK saying, well, if we were dating 6 months, then yeah, she would, possibly meet the kids. They were probably dating the full 6 months.
It's like, yes, but not yet.
So did he ask to introduce you to his children?
Not at that time. I think both him and I were.
Not at that time. Why didn't Kovac say then when? When did he ask you? Oh,
Right, on the same page of eventually
Mother
if things
Teresa.
went as they should have.
I understand you guys' relationship is very new and young.
Yeah.
So
new and young? What the fuck?
although it was short, just laying everything out helps us understand what actually was going on with him. And
Yeah.
I might ask you a question and you're going, why the heck would he ask me that? Probably because I have information that I'm not willing to share with you, and I'll tell you that right now. I'm not going to tell you some questions I'm going to ask you. I want to share some information with you. Just it protects you, it protects our investigation. So if it seems weird, there's a reason I'm asking it,
That's
and
fine.
it's usually relative to what I know. So don't take offense to it. Again, it's just part of what we need to know.
Understood.
So you went to his house on 2 occasions.
Yes.
Was that recent?
No, that was like pretty early into it, and I did not like it and did not want to go back.
Do you recall where the house was?
Yeah, it's like right off the highway in Frederick.
There she goes
You
whispering.
know the streets.
I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out again if I like really had to. Like off the top of my head, no.
Well,
Do you know
you
the street
Googled
name?
it.
No. I would have to like drive around in there to get there.
Okay. Did it look like?
Drive around to get there. And she just Googled it on that Saturday, but she can't seem to remember. We all know she knew how to get there by heart. She probably already knew how many minutes it would take her to get there. She probably, if Chris was 1 minute late, I bet you she was like, where are you? Are you with her?
Anybody else lived at that house at that
Oh,
time?
definitely. I mean,
So
that
is that
whole
what
thing.
freaked you out?
I mean, he told me that he was living in the basement. And he said, we're separated, but we're not divorced. And we're going to get ready to sell the house. And that was the impression that I was under. And I was under the impression that they were
Rachel
taking
for
everything
real.
pretty slow with this, with like getting ready to sell the house. I mean, those are big things. So that's what I was informed. And I mean, if you think about it, this whole thing happened in a 6-week stretch. Like, it's not really that much of a time frame. So in that sense, like,
We
it's
like it out of
believable to
control
me.
here, Florida.
Yes, I went to the house, and the first time I was there, I hung out in their like front living room. I just sat on the floor, and it was on the 4th of July. It was the morning of the 4th, and I was helping him to set up my Fitness Pal app
Oh,
and
God,
like track
again,
his
My
food,
Fitness
his
Pal.
calories and stuff, because he does pretty good with the working out and stuff. And he asked me, he's like, "Can you help me just like get this dialed in?" It's like, yeah, I can do that. So that he invited me up to the house, and I was already kind of hesitant to do it because I was like, there are other people that live here, and I just felt like it was an invasion of space. And so I went.
See how easy she was? I was hesitant to do it. And he invited her over so that she can make go over the Fitness Pal app, which by the way I have, and now I'm gonna delete it. Makes me sick looking at it. We know she went over there because Chris was at her house first. And Shanann couldn't get a hold of Chris because Chris says that he didn't work that day and he had slept in. And then, he had these missed phone calls from Shanann, and he talks to her, goes and talks to her outside. And then he tells her she's in the shower at the time at her house. And he says, I got to go. My wife is tripping. I got to go. And are we going to believe that she was cool with that? Okay, bye. See you later. She got all pissed and she showed up over there all like a crazy psycho.
Went up there and we just stayed in that front room, and I helped him out with that, and got him all set up with that. And then, he asked me if I wanted lunch, and he grilled chicken and carrots. And then that's all he had. And I was like,
Didn't Chris take photos of grilled chicken also on the grill? It's funny she brings that up.
Okay, so we ate and then I left. And then there was another day about, I can give you the date-ish. Let me look at a calendar. I think it was the weekend after my
She
birthday.
sold it on eBay.
Just a thing on the courtesy for
Oh
the,
God, here he
phone
gets
for-
involved again.
what was that guy's name, Don?
This gentleman,
Oh,
Thornton PD. I just met him today. Do
oh,
you want to do the
I
phone?
forgot about that.
For TPD.
It's not for them. They're doing it for us.
Yes.
We don't have the equipment with us to do it, and I asked them to do it for us. They're not involved in this investigation. He would just be a computer person. He would not be looking at any of this stuff. That would fall to myself. So keep that in mind. He's not involved in this investigation. Thornton PD has nothing to do with this, other than letting us use their facility and helping us with some electronic download. He's not going to look at your phone right now. He's going to put it on a disc and they're going to give it to me.
Gotcha. Oh, what do you think?
Did you hear her? She
I really
mumbled.
want to help you guys. I do. I feel like,
You know, her and her dad talked about this before, and we also know she did all those Google searches about the difference between, you know, retrieving those text messages and everything. You know, I'm sure she had this conversation with her dad. That's why she tells him and she whispers to him, "What do you think?"
this whole thing is just gonna be crazy regardless of whether I give you my phone or not. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, it's happening. It's gonna happen.
Well, the text
Media is just
reiterate what
gonna-
you've been saying all along, so it's not like,
Well, they do. That's the other thing.
I just love how her dad says that. Well, they're gonna, you know, well, your texts are gonna just prove what you've been saying this whole time. So it shouldn't be a problem, because I don't believe her dad at this moment knew if she was involved, which I think she was. You know, I don't think her dad knew. So he's telling her, hey, well, these texts are going to show what you're saying right now, so it shouldn't be a problem. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, you're right. They are.
I mean, that's kind of a good backup. Yeah, I'll give
I
it
think
to him.
you hit the nail right on the head. There's reasons why we want everything. It validates things that we know.
Exactly, Jen.
I'm not gonna come out and tell you that if you tell me something today, we'll validate it with your text messages, whether it's the ones we have now or the ones you're gonna give us.
I'll give it
Certainly.
to him. If you want to go get him,
I want you to read this, is what I want you to do before you decide that, okay?
So the second time I went to that house, I'm not sure what day it was, but it was the weekend of the 14th.
Amanda, don't.
Of August?
July. I don't know if it was the 14th or the 15th. One of those 2 days. But we had went out and we stopped there just real quick on the way back. And we were there not very long. But that time I saw a picture of his wife and one of his kids. And I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, she's so beautiful. And I took a step back and I was just like, this man
Florida.
has a gorgeous house. He has beautiful babies. He has a beautiful wife. He has an awesome job. Like, why would he want to leave this? And I remember talking to him about it. And that was the first time that I tried to actually say, what do you think about not separating from your wife? Like, what?
Did you hear what she said? How about you think about not separating from your wife? I think Chris was really going to separate from his life. All of it. I think that was a slip up by her. And we have a question here. Does anyone write Chris? If you do, tell him I said fuck off. If you want Chris to write you, I hear all you got to do is, act like a damsel in, distress. Talk some Bible verses. That's what I've heard. Hey, Michigan. I'm just letting the chat catch up because I'm on StreamYard, so you guys are like way behind. She is the perfect mistress. I mean, my goodness, she's perfect. She's like Mother Teresa. Amy, I'm not sure about that. Does anyone know? I'm not sure if, where's your comment? If they really did, if he did write a letter, maybe you guys can tell me. I'm not sure. Jen, you want to write him? Can you tell myself fuck off? Crazy crime chick said fuck off. Just like that. With 2 middle fingers. I know someone's going to write in the comment section after this. This chick is so unprofessional. She cusses a lot. I'm sorry. I have a foul mouth. I blame my dad.
You really try to work on this. And he had expressed to me that we've tried to work on this and it's not working. So that is why we're separating. And I spent some time, like, just, you know, kind of, because it almost made me feel bad, where I was like to the point where I'm engaging in a relationship with a man who, the way he described it, is in a contractual agreement, but was not in like an emotional relationship with somebody. And for me, the way I would have preferred to do this is to avoid it till that contractual agreement was also done, and he was done. And he could have approached me and said, I'm just had a divorce, you know, maybe we could take this slow. What do you think? But instead it was, oh, we're separated and we're working on a divorce. And that is the part that I feel bad about, because I should have waited on that and I didn't. And,
Thank
you
you.
know, I was just like, well, they're already there. So, you know, but then being in that house was just like, why? Fix this. Find a way to fix this. Make it work, you know? And I was like trying to push him to do it. And he seemed pretty reluctant to do it. He didn't want to. And, I don't know, we were still seeing each other fairly frequently, but I kind of like backed away so we weren't hanging out quite as much, and we were still close, but it was just like I really wanted him to try. Like I wanted to know that he tried and it didn't work, and then he moved on. Not
This is whose phone's going off?
not that, you know,
That's
they both kind of tried and then he got himself into a situation with somebody else. And I don't know. I just thought he had a beautiful life going on and he could have made it work. That was the way I looked at it from the outside.
So is this something you reflected on since this event, or was this you?
No, I was doing it then. Like you
said this doesn't look right. He's kind of, I don't want to be responsible for breaking up a marriage, especially with 2 children.
Ooh,
is that kind of the
telling you
gist I'm
that.
getting here?
I didn't think it didn't look right. I mean, I think he was legitimately sleeping in the basement, and
She doesn't think it didn't look right. No, not at all. It looked fine. I'm having an affair with this married man. It's fine. I like how Kobach says, oh, that, you know, you broke up this marriage.
didn't think
Can
that
someone
these
give
two
Jen
were,
Chris's
I mean,
address?
I think it was like, hey, we're both stuck in this house for now. We got to sell this. In the meantime, you live here. I live here. We sleep in different rooms. Take care of the kids. That's just like kind of how I took that. And no, I didn't think it didn't look right. I just thought it just seemed like he had so much going on.
Oh,
and
no.
it was just beautiful that I was like, why don't
You need
you
to get
just
a shot, girl.
try this out, you know, and see if you can fix it. And he'd always be like, well, what about us? What about us? I'm like, don't worry about us. Like, that is more important. Like, try to see if you can, like, salvage whatever it is that you have going on with your wife. And you know, I always got the impression that he was a great father to his kids, like, always. And so, you know, and I was like, and be the dad that you want to be. I was like, and see if you can make it work. And he just, like, we kind of talked about it off and on for, like,
I wonder if she would tell him, like, go make it work with your wife, like, but being sarcastic, or maybe she was doing it because she wanted him to be like, no, what about us? What about us? I think she was really feeling insecure in their relationship. What do you guys think? Jen said, I'll get the address in the Facebook group. All right. Is it Irvin? Hello. My God, StreamYard's chat is so behind. It's ridiculous. Hi, April. Yeah, Jen's gonna write Chris. She's gonna write Chris, and just make sure you say what I said. No, Jen said she's gonna get it from the group, from the Facebook group. And we do have a Facebook group. Can one of you guys link it? Let's see who links it first. Yeah, Amy, I think so. And if you remember in Chris's interview, when in the prison interview, he was saying that, you know, she went on 2 alleged dates that stood her up. I mean, what are the odds of going on a date and they stand you up? Not once, but twice. April, exactly. But, you know, she makes it seem like she was just there, you know, to help with his, set up his app, the fitness app, and put his macros together for him. And she just sat on the floor and, you know, it was just all peachy. She didn't do anything. She was there. She sat on the floor and didn't go anywhere in the house. You were there long enough to eat chicken. So you were there for a while with your booty on that carpet. Sorry, I'm seeing some of your comments. Lisa, I think so too. And hello, Lisa. I don't think I said hi to you. She was so jealous of Shanann. If you've been in the Facebook groups, I think that comment, I used to say that. I know a lot of us used to say that. And people used to get so upset and say, jealous of what?
A few weeks, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I think I was kind of like cold feeting about it when after I went over his house.
Exactly.
And so
Wet
this
carpet.
was like pretty early on. And then he told me that he went to
Can one of my mods share the Facebook group?
he went to
please?
North Carolina, and he was like,
Hi,
I'm gonna talk
Holly.
to her when I'm in North Carolina and see if I can get her to do this, to like try to like
Girl, Holly, we should talk
rekindle
about
the
that.
flame.
Okay, so try to
I think they were cleared.
salvage
haven't
his
heard
relationship
anything.
as you've been asking him.
Yes, and then if he
When did you go
decided,
to North Carolina?
I think it was like
No,
the
Florida, you
last
guys
week
are
of July,
behind.
somewhere around there. So I mean, this was like a couple weeks that I was just kind of like trying to push him to do that.
Let's pause at North Carolina and we'll come back to that real quick. I want you to read this. If you don't understand what it means, then ask me the question. But basically what it says is you have the right not to let me look at your phone. I'm asking to look at your phone for the purposes we previously discussed, for the text messages and your phone log, and unfortunately the photos that are attached therein too. That information is only relative to this investigation. I'm not looking at anything else except for the conversations between you and Chris Watts, and the phone data between you and Chris Watts for phone calls, for times and dates for those phone calls. And then the content of the text messages that are there. And we can.
It's funny because he's saying just Chris Watts, but we know that they looked at other text messages. Hey, Don.
We'll write that specifically down here. Understand that.
I don't want anybody to get some of those texts. Like, they have nothing to do with this case, and they're just like,
Between you and Chris?
yes.
Unless there's something else.
They're just,
So just tell me what you're.
I mean,
they're just kind of raunchy. Like,
Okay,
I
well,
don't need anybody
Everybody's an adult.
posted, like,
We're not going to
somewhere.
she's saying she didn't want these raunchy photos posted. Well, sorry, we got the brown bikini one right here. Sorry. And this isn't even raunchy. Well, I'm sure she took more revealing photos. So, I mean, okay. But, I mean, this one's my favorite.
I don't want the newspapers to get that. That's all I want.
Thank
I
you,
just want
Amber.
them
we
not
would
to
be
get
looking
that.
for, again, is the same kind of questions we're getting to here, is things about his children, things about his wife, the questioning of, did he ever, has he ever said something to you that might indicate, maybe not then, but now, that there was something like this in his mind? Or you know what we're looking for. I don't need to come out and tell you that. I understand the embarrassment of particular photos or potential sexual types of
Uh-huh,
conversations
thank you.
you may have had with Chris.
If I have time,
It's
I will talk
not
about
relative
those.
to investigation. We don't care. Okay, you're an adult. I'm an adult. Everybody in this room, even your dad, and I give it to you for saying that stuff in front of your dad because I'm not sure many women could do that. So that's not what we're after. We're after the.
You know what's kind of, Kovac saying all that, talking about all this stuff in front of your dad. She's 30. Was she 30 at this time? 31? I mean, she's way up. I mean, she's an adult. I mean, she's not saying any nasty details in front of her dad. So I don't know why Kovac's even saying any of that.
Information that corroborates things that you've told us, and also that corroborates or may tend to prove that things that Chris told us were a lie.
Ember's
You
on
understand
fire.
that?
Thank you, Ember, for
And
that.
that may be going a little bit far. I usually won't tell people that, but because of your reservations, that's what I'm looking for. If I can disprove something he's told me by a phone records don't lie. People do. Okay.
Boom.
So if I can disprove something that may be important, that's what I need it for.
You guys think they have way more phone messages, text messages from NK in that that they just didn't show us? I love when Kovac says that, by the way. Good question, Ember. Phone records don't lie. So what does the ping mean? Unfortunately, we don't even know. Mistresses do lie. Because Sky and Amanda are drunk.
I'm not saying I can. Has it happened before? Absolutely. Is it critical in cases that I've worked in the past? Yes. So that's why I want it. Okay. Again, you don't have to give it to me. You can tell me I don't want you to have it. Go get a warrant. I'm not even going to tell you if I go get a warrant, try to get a warrant right now. I'm just asking for you to consent. And again, we can write right here what you're willing to give me, which is the text messages and the phone log. And unfortunately, again, the attachments on some of those text messages, and I'll write it on there, and then you'll just sign it. Okay? Do you understand
Valerie,
the
they
questions
have
there?
to know.
Do you have questions about any of the things that it says? You understand you don't have to do this. You're doing it of your own free will. I know you're tired, so if you want to let your dad read it too,
He will. Thank you.
that's a good idea.
Can you fill it out before I sign it?
Yep. And just you read it. If you have any questions, then we'll put on there what we're after.
I'm so hungry.
You should have told me. I would have got you some food. I got food in my car.
It's
Ew.
not staying down. It's just coming.
Why would Kovac say that? You should have told me I have food in the car. Ew, no one wants that nasty ass food you have in the car. It's probably all hot there. It's August. Ew.
Yeah, it's going good.
Oh, here we go with the dad.
Just
Like I got sick prior to this whole thing
Jim.
happening, and then I
See her dad saying again, she got sick prior to all this. And you can tell, I feel like her dad wants to say more, but he's very I think he's reserved on what he's saying. And then she interrupts right away. And then he says, and Jim, what about Jim?
think all of this compounding with the fact that I'm sick, it's just not good. I've not really been eating or sleeping much at all.
Do you get who's breathing like that? It'll go back. Because she said this, a lot of people believe that she was pregnant. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think she was pregnant. I don't think she had a baby. I mean, is it possible? Anything is possible with this goddamn case, but I don't believe she was pregnant at this time. Robin. Oh my God. Maybe he wanted to give her food poisoning. I mean, seriously, who offers food from the car? Thanks, Kovac. That's nice of you, but you should have put it in the refrigerator.
Yeah, I'm with you. We definitely need to accelerate the case, because
That's his favorite
the
word.
more long, the
accelerate.
more it takes, the less sure that they are of situations. But on the
Who's he talking about? Who's they? That they are. Is he talking law enforcement, FBI? Who's he talking about?
other end, I think if you do just that only,
You tell me what you're willing to provide to me, and we'll
is
write
that
it
good
in.
enough?
No, it's
I
not
just
good enough.
want, like, our text conversation, and then I guess our phone call records.
So I'm gonna put.
So the time and date of the phone call records, and then our text message.
Could we get photos of him?
Huh?
Could we get photos of him?
Off of
Would you
that?
mind if we got his photos that he sent to you?
Oh, well, they'll be in that text message thing.
So all of his photos were sent. There was no apps or anything else.
No,
that you guys
no,
were
no,
sending.
no,
It was
no.
all just text messages.
Yeah.
I want to point this out now. Whenever she says, no, she's lying. She's lying. I'm saying it now.
Okay. So it'd be an attachment to a text that he sent you.
Pretty much.
But
Everything is in the text and the phone call records.
See, when she says these comments pretty much, what does that mean? It's a yes or no answer, pretty much. So that means no. There was other stuff they used.
so
Like, all of it.
because we don't have it on tape, we discussed prior to turning the tape on Tuesday,
Betty.
which would have been the 14th of August. You had read some newspaper articles on the 13th and the 14th that regarded this case. You had also had a conversation.
Hold on, rewind.
You had read some news day, which would have been the 14th. Out on tape, we discussed.
Sorry, I'm rewinding. I want to hear what he says really quick.
Phone call records.
So
Like, all of it.
because we don't have it on tape, we discussed prior to turning the tape on Tuesday, which would have been the 14th of August. You had read some newspaper articles on the 13th and the 14th that regarded this case. You had also had a conversation with Chris at some point during the day on Monday. And on Tuesday, because of what you found, specifically what you said was, and don't let me put words in your mouth, but you found out that his wife was pregnant.
So a callback is pretty much saying right there is that before they recorded their conversation, that's everything they had talked about. That's a lot of stuff to talk about without hitting that record button. What else was talked about? Why isn't that documented?
Yes.
And you did not know that prior, and you found that out
Lies.
via the newspaper articles, and that caused you concern.
Well, I just realized that he was lying to me, and I was like, well, if you can lie to me about this, what else are you lying to me about? And it made me realize that maybe his wife was in danger at that point, and it was day two, too, and she still wasn't home.
What did that cause you to do with your phone, though?
Oh, what? When I deleted those? I was just kind of grossed out by him, to be honest with you. I was just like, I don't know what's going on right now, but you just lied to me, and I don't want to see this come over my phone anymore. So I removed it.
So you already said, but you removed text messages.
I deleted all of his stuff because he lied to me. I mean, that's what it was. It was the hurt that made
Oh,
me
here we go.
delete it. And then it was the lie that made me start questioning everything else he'd been telling me for the last few days.
And that's when you decided to come forward.
Yes.
Okay.
See how
So just
easily
for
she lies?
context,
Yes.
when people delete stuff off phones, usually we go,
No,
on a second.
no. It
And
wasn't
that's why I wanted
malicious
to
at
correct
all.
you.
It wasn't
No.
malicious at all. He lied to me. It just hurt. Like, I had never felt like he'd ever lied to me before. And it was a big lie. I mean,
Right.
telling somebody that you're in the midst of a divorce and then you have a wife that has a 15-week-old baby on the way is a huge, huge thing. And I was very taken back, and it was hurt. And so at that point, I deleted it. I had a few more quick things to say to him, and then I just got rid of him. That's literally what I did. I just cut him out of my life. It would have honestly been like a bad breakup kind of thing. Like, if none of this other stuff would have happened, that's what it would have been. That would have been the end of it.
the information was not destroyed because there was anything in there that would be harmful to you or potentially to Chris at this point, but harmful to you in particular. That's not what you did.
No.
Get it out of, oh, excuse my language. This guy's an asshole, so I'm getting rid of him. And I'm getting this stuff off my phone.
That was like me kicking.
Why is Kobach even calling Chris that? I don't know why that bothered me. He is an asshole, but I just think it's unprofessional for Kobach to say that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Him out of my life.
Okay.
And then, like I said, and then realizing that he lied, that was when I was like, okay, maybe his family is in danger and they're not coming back and they're not staying with a friend.
Yeah, when did I go over there? Tuesday morning?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday.
I called you Wednesday morning.
That's when we started discussing you guys need to get everything that it just,
You can understand the importance of,
no question. We were,
like I said, people lie phone records down, and they really help specifically
I agree.
establish dates and times.
Uh-huh.
I think we have a very good grip on that in this case already, but there may be a time when we go, we need to know something else, and then we would have it. We don't want to lose
Exactly,
it. And
Donna.
that's really what it is for us. It's if we lose information that later on we go, man, I wish we would have got that. And we may never even use these. We may never even look at them. But if we have
Somebody's
it now,
phone is
then we
going
don't
off.
worry
You
about
hear
it.
the buzzing?
So I appreciate you being cooperative and giving it to us.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wrote was text messages between Chris Watts and attachments. Okay, so because we're talking about the photographs.
Robin, the Sims card was mentioned and talked about, I believe, when she's sitting there going over and she's wearing the sweater, the zip up hoodie, sorry. I think that's when it's discussed that her SIM card is broken. I'm trying to think. I think that's when, because that's when she is having trouble, right, with her phone. I think it's that day when she's wearing the sweater, the long sleeve. Does anyone know if I'm 100% correct? I can't think. Yes, in the office. Yeah, when she's wearing the long sleeve. I think that's when it's brought and she starts talking about all this, her stupid ass phone she has and stuff.
Unfortunately, that cause you much disdain.
See, somebody's
And then
phone
I
is
am gonna
ringing and
put,
Kobat's
phone
laughing.
log
I think it's her phone ringing.
for
Who's calling her?
calls between
I should look.
yourself and Chris Watts. Your phone number is 720.
656 9605.
And this right now is located we're at the Thornton Police Department. It's going to be moved to my,
Yeah,
So
Robin,
this is
that's where
kinda-
her hair looks.
doesn't make sense, but we're here. It's
Like
going to
it's
be moved to the
missing.
Colorado Bureau of Investigation. He's going to download it here, but I'm going to take it with me. Just so you know, it's not staying here.
Okay.
They're not going to retain any of this. This comes with me.
Okay.
Okay?
John, stop.
is there anything else you want on there? I think that's about,
That's it. I mean, I don't have social media. I don't
Liar.
really have anything else you guys can pull.
Okay.
Is there anything else you know of that could help us with this that is not on this sheet?
As far as like data,
That's on your phone?
no. I mean, everything we did was like text and talk pretty much.
Why didn't she tell him about the calculator app? I mean, allegedly, she's the one who told Chris to download it. I mean, Chris could have just said it was her who told him, but why doesn't she say, oh, yeah, you know what? He had this calculator app on his phone. You might want to look at that. Why doesn't she give that up?
Much. I mean, and like I said, any pictures that I had, like even if you were to restore all my regular photos, there's so many pictures in there and you wouldn't even know which ones were for him and which ones weren't. But any picture that I wanted to send to him, I sent via text. So if you guys go through
We're
the
gonna go
text
through
and
all of them
attachments,
too, Robin.
you will have everything
I
that
got
wasn't
you,
said
Karen.
verbally and was done via text. But I think that's it. Like I don't have anything else. As far as like no Facebook, no Instagram, no Twitter, no LinkedIn, like none of it. So there was never any of that kind of correspondence. So I think that should probably cover everything you guys will need.
Is there any particular messages that would help me so I don't have to look at? Because whatever's on your phone, I don't know how long we're going to get back to, but let's say is there a particular date or time or message that stands out to you that would be relative to specifically to the investigation into this case that might assist me in understanding why something like this could have occurred?
I'm still in shock that this whole thing happened. Like that's why I gave him the benefit of the doubt for the first day, because I was just like, no way. Like, I didn't even think about that. I mean, murder was not on the top of my mind when somebody doesn't come home for an evening, especially if they just like had some sort of like heated conversation. It's like, okay, you guys are separating, you have a heated conversation, you leave for a night. Like, I didn't even think this guy killed his wife. I mean, that like, murder is on something on the top of my mind when I call one of my friends for 3 or 4 hours and she doesn't answer the phone. Like, that doesn't even process to me as like a real thing that is a possibility at that point. And so that's why I gave it a day. And then the second day I was talking to him, he was just like a hot mess, I could tell. And then with like the way he was talking to me, and then that's kind of when I cut him off and I stopped talking to him.
So now she's mixing what she's saying up, because in the park interview, she was saying that he was fine. He was fine. Now she's saying he was a mess. Which one is it?
And then,
So remember what you just said, and we're
I
going to
know,
get to
Dawn,
that.
I'm
'cause
sorry,
that's
she is
probably
such a
very
damn
important
liar.
yeah,
conversation.
so if you want to know
So-
days, I would probably honestly just start at like Sunday and work your way forward. I mean, all the rest of that stuff,
Did you hear what she said? She's saying just start from Sunday. When you look at my phone, start from Sunday. Don't look at any other day, because there's a lot on there I don't want you guys to see. So start from Sunday, start from Sunday, and that's it. But don't go back.
it's just like the small talk of like, hey, this, you know?
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
right.
And your relationship building through the.
Yeah, I mean, like, and if you go like maybe like a week further back, like there's times like I was trying to help him find an apartment, like just for him, not for me, but for him and his kids.
Why does she have to point that out? I was helping him look for an apartment, but just for him, not for me. Like, why does she have to point that out? Was she planning on moving in? Was she trying to get out of her lease? Was she going to cut the lease? Was she going to move in after the lease was over? I mean, it's just weird how she points these little things out.
To get set up, and like there's times where I'm like, well, where's your wife moving to? Like, how close is she gonna be to you? You should be within like 30 minutes of your kids, so they're close. And like,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm really not trying to be judgmental, but there's no way I think she was asking Chris, like, where's she gonna live? Like, just nagging that in his ear. I mean, do you guys believe she's Mother Teresa and like, oh, you should be 30 minutes from your kids and make sure she's nearby because, you know, you got to be close to your kids? Or was she like, where are you gonna live at?
you want to be close to their school and close to your gym, and like,
He didn't
what's
even
your
have a gym.
price range? Like, I was helping him get all of this stuff set up, and it was like in a very
I thought Chris didn't work out at a gym. What's she talking about here?
decent manner. I don't know if all of that is in text. Some of it's probably on the phone. Like, at this point, I've talked to him so much that I don't even know which parts are like verbalized and which parts are texted at this point, but we can figure it out.
Okay. So, you see what I wrote? Text messages between
All
Chris
right, I
Watts
don't know.
and attachments.
I seriously,
And then the phone logs
I mean-
for calls between your phone number and Chris
I don't
Watts.
know.
Those are the two things that we'll ask to be
Yeah, what
extracted
gym?
from your
He didn't
phone.
go to no goddamn
So
gym.
if you're okay with that,
Why does it say items removed? Cell phone data. Isn't that this?
that is that, and that's what he's
Oh.
going to remove, and then that officer is going to fill that out.
Gotcha. What is the date? I don't even know what
Today is the 16th.
Do you want to add anything to this?
If you give me
Oh,
your
other
phone,
than
we'll get him
we-
started.
Yeah, we want to give you everything, but we also want to be protected in doing so. It's more.
Protective in doing so. There she goes again, asking her dad, is there anything else you want to add to this? Because I, again, think they had a conversation, her and her dad, prior to going in there. And then again, like, hey, we want to give you information, her dad saying, but we also want her to be protected. Meaning, what does that mean here?
Of the thing. It's just,
And when he's done, we'll give you our
Is there a
help.
password or anything? Like, will it lock up after a period of time?
They don't even answer him, Dwayne.
that's his notes.
She's just ripping up papers like she owns it there.
Make sure there's nothing written on the.
And
I checked before I looked it up.
Daddy must be really
Let's
proud
go
of
back to
her.
North Carolina.
Okay.
He went to North Carolina and he was trying to rehab his marriage with his wife.
He said
Do you know her name at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay saying her name?
It's Shanann.
Oh God, why does that always bug me? She knew the goddamn name from the very beginning because she was looking her up in January. Come on, in September she knew her name, and the way she says it, yeah, Shanann.
And do you know the children's name?
Yeah. Lord, I should have poured myself a drink.
Cece.
She went by,
when she
they
says
called her
Cece
Cece. So he went to, were they in North Carolina?
They were already there.
If you want something.
I don't know if my stomach can do that. Yeah, they were already out there. He just flew out there to go meet up.
Do you know why they were there?
They're all from.
Hold on, sorry.
He went to, were they in North Carolina? All right. And do you know the children's name?
Yes, it's Bella and Celeste. Cece.
She went by, they called her Cece. All right. So he went to, were they in North Carolina?
They were already there.
If you want something.
I don't know if my stomach can do that. Yeah, they were already out there. He just flew out there to go meet up.
Do you know why they were there?
They're all from there.
Yep, Sky, she
So they
did.
were there
They
for-
were visiting her family for the most part until he got there, and then they still were mostly visiting her family.
Okay. And do you know how long they had been there?
A while, like weeks.
All right. And he flew out to join,
You know
His
she
family
knew
did.
those timelines when they were there.
do you know specifically where he flew to?
What airport?
No, what city?
No, not off the top of my
You
head.
know she knew the
I'm sure
airport
if I
too.
thought real hard, maybe I could think about it, but I mean, come up with it. No, I don't
She
know.
knew.
So he goes there, you said it was like the last week of July?
I think so. I think it was like one of the last days of July. I'm almost positive. I think it was a weekday.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but come on, you guys. This is what makes me crack up with her. I guess I understand she's trying not to give too much information. I guess but come on, you know she knew exactly what airport. She knew exactly where they were staying. She knew when he left, the time he boarded that plane, the time he's supposed to come home. Come on. She knew the
Yeah, I
flight.
flew out there, and I thought I had like convinced him to like try
Oh God,
to
here we
make
go.
peace with her, and I was like, if you guys work
Donna,
on
she
this,
did.
like, I'm out. Because what's the point? Like, I'm not trying to be with somebody that's in another relationship, which I know that sounds silly given the whole.
Hear the way she said it? Listen to that again.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Thought I had like convinced him to like try
Listen how she says it.
to make peace with her, and I was like, if you guys work on this, like, I'm out. Because what's the point? Like, I'm not trying to be with somebody that's in another relationship, which I know that sounds silly given the whole
It does.
relationship
Sounds
that we had in the
ridiculous.
first place, but I
Hey, Megan
really
J.
was under the impression that they were separating. I mean, it was like reiterated to me so many times that that's what I thought it was. And it made sense to me too, because like he could pretty much call me whenever he wanted. Like I was the one that would tell him like, hey, when your kids are awake, you need to spend time with your kids. Like do that. And then after they go to bed, like if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. But it was never like this super, super restricted thing. Like sometimes.
You know, what is she talking about? Of course she could talk to Chris whenever she wanted. Shanann was gone for 5 weeks. Of course she could talk to him anytime she wanted.
Like right after work, if I was like still talking to him, I get kind of bummed out, and I tell him, just like, oh, it's frustrating sometimes, like having to like wait, but at the same.
So you see how she's saying that when she had to wait and she would get a little bummed out when he get home from work, and she would tell him that. I wonder exactly what did she tell him? Like why don't she had to wait because his kids, and she was bummed out about it. As a woman, would you get bothered? I just want to know, would you get bothered if the man you're dating has children and, hey, Alexis, and he's like, oh, I can't talk now. I have my kids. I'll talk to you later. Would that bother you that he's putting his kids first? I'm just wondering. Because obviously, Nichol Kessinger is the only one that could be first in Chris's life.
Time, I was never like, this is horrible, or, you know, it was always like, I understood why. But then once his kids were asleep, he never, like, had any, it was like he could do what he wanted. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
He was in his basement, and she's upstairs, and they're not speaking. So it kind of made sense. It wasn't like...
And you guys are just texting and...
Or talking, or...
You know what's sad is that, you know, when they come back from... We know Chris was not sleeping in the... I mean, I don't think Chris was sleeping in the basement prior to Shanann leaving to North Carolina. You know, Shanann said that they couldn't get enough of each other. So I'm assuming the relationship was just fine. I don't think he was sleeping in the basement prior. I mean, is that possible? Anything is possible. But, I mean... Let me hear this again.
So it kind of made sense. It wasn't like...
And you guys are just texting and...
Or talking or whatever, you know? I mean, and it was like I said, it was at certain times.
And it's just sad that Chris was being, you know, a D to her just so he can be able to talk to the mistress at night.
That time, and originally it wasn't, but it was me that put that time frame on there because I thought he should hang out with his kids.
Those 2 times.
That's a good question, Ara. I don't know. We know Shanann would do business. I know when they do the Thrive calls, you know, maybe when she was doing the Thrive call, he would go down there and talk to her maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the way I see it, if a guy is going to cheat, he's going to find a way to do it, right? Even to have conversations. So maybe Shanann would be on the phone during her calls with her team. And then he would sneak a phone, maybe go in the basement and sneak a phone call in there. He could easily say he's working out because we know they did have his workout equipment down there. But then again, that's just me speculating. I don't know. It's just sad that Chris, how he was being towards Shanann that very last 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks, 1 week? Well, North Carolina, and then when she came back.
You were at his house. Did you see any evidence of that? Him living in the basement? Did he ever show you that area or anything?
I've seen it, yeah. I went down there and saw his little workout equipment, and there's a bed down there all set up, and the basement was all clean and organized and stuff. So, like a decent bed set up. So it made sense to me, like, hey, this is what's happening down here. So I saw it.
Even though his family was in North Carolina for multiple weeks, it appeared that he was still living in the basement.
Good question, Kovac.
Well, and he told me sometimes he would like go upstairs and sleep if like he was home alone, because I know she'd like go on business trips and stuff. But he's like, I don't like that bed anyway, so he didn't really like sleep up there.
I'm glad Kovac said that because it sounds so ridiculous. Her saying that Chris would sleep downstairs, even though Shanann wasn't even there. That's why Kovac's like, even if his family was in North Carolina, he'd still sleep in the basement. Like, do you realize how stupid that sounds? And then she says, well, because he said he doesn't even like that bed.
I was like, okay. Even when it was just him. So
She knew the bed, I think so.
that was the impression that I got. I know what you're talking about. North Carolina.
Go back to North
So North Carolina. So he still made very frequent communication with me when he was out there. And at one point he told me that they sat down and they talked about it, and he told her that he wanted to either fix things or like to try to fix things. And if she didn't want to fix them, then they needed to like move forward with the separation and like actually file for a divorce at this point was the impression that I got from this, and just what he told me. And so, he said that she was like pretty receptive to just not trying. He was like, she seemed like she just wants me to go. He's like, when she has her mind made up, she has her mind made up, and that's what she wants. And he's like, she doesn't want to try anymore. And he's like, and neither do I really. And he was like, it's done. And he's like, and then the next day, I don't even know what days these were. Sometime when he was out there, he told me, we're putting the house up for sale as soon as we get back. And I was like, well, that was quick. And he was like, it's her. She's ready to go. And I was like, okay. And so I left it at that. And then he got back and I started asking him, like, what are you going to do? Because the Colorado housing market is fire and you guys are going to sell this house like real fast. And I'm like, you need to start looking for a new place to live. And I'm like, where do you want to live? And
she's saying now that when they got back, she was telling him, what are you going to do? You need to find a place to stay. But I thought that conversation happened prior. Here she goes again, mixing her lies up.
I was really trying to help him out. I'm like, do you want to get a house? Do you want 3 bedrooms so you have one and each of your girls have one? I'm like, do you want to, you know, like do an apartment? Like, what do you want? You know, where do you want to live? Because he's in Frederick, but that whole area over there is just like a bunch of small towns and you can kind of just pick and choose. Everything's kind of, you know, and so he told me, well, I like Brighton.
Morning, Sky.
And I was like, okay. And then he told me he wanted a 2-bedroom apartment and he said he wanted 1 room for him and the other room for his 2 girls.
Why does
And
she keep,
I thought it was
you
kind
guys hear her? She keeps hitting the table every time she talks. Like, why is she doing that?
cute. Like, I remember telling him, I was like, yeah, me and my sister had bunk beds, like at my dad's house. And I was like, when we were little girls, and me and my sister were the same age apart. It was him and that's his 2 daughters, you know. So I told him, I was like, they're gonna love it. I was like, they might be like stuck in one room together. I was like, but they'll become like best buddies. And it was really exciting. Like, I liked helping him and I just wanted him to, like, I don't know. This is what he told me he wanted. So I was like, well, I will help you do the research. But another thing that I really took care of was to be like, where is she moving to? I was never like, you know what, screw your wife, try to get a full custody. None of that bullshit. It was always just like,
okay, the way she says that, I think exactly that's what she was saying. Let me rewind that. Listen to her voice.
Screw your wife. I don't know. This is what he told me he wanted. So I was like, well, I will help you do the research. But another thing that I really took care of was to be like, where is she moving to? I was never like, you know what, screw your wife, try to get a full custody. None of that bullshit. It was always just like, you know, I'd ask him, I'm like, well, what kind of custody you guys going to have? Because he at work, they're about to switch his schedule. So right now he's like on Monday through Friday, and they're about to switch these guys to 8 days on, 6 days off.
That's tough.
Right, Betty?
That's awesome. And I was asking him, I was like, are you going to have your kids like on that set of days off? I was like, because that would work perfect. Like 1 week on, 1 week off. And I was just like, you know, we just talk about it. And I'm like, what is your plan? And he's like, we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do about the kids yet. But he told me, he's like, Colorado's a 50-50 state and she's okay with everything 50-50. Like, he said that she was like on board with this because she wanted it too. Like, she was checked out of this relationship. So that was like how he made this sound, that it was like a very like kosher, we're done kind of thing.
Did you ever give him like books or articles or anything to read about saving your marriage?
I wonder why Kobach asked her about the book. I wonder why he's asking her that.
Did you ever provide anything to him like that?
About saving his marriage?
Yeah, like how to recover a marriage or how to save your marriage. You know, there's all sorts of publications and books out there.
No, but I did tell him, and I don't know if I did this through text or phone. That will be something you guys will, I'm sure, figure out. But I told him a few times, like, I think that you should take the time to read some articles about what separation does to kids. You know, and I told him, I said, when my parents separated, we were literally like 3 and 5. We were almost the exact same age as these little girls. And I told him, I said, you know, I was so young when it happened that it didn't really have like a big negative effect on me because it was so small that I didn't really process it too well. I was like, but I do have cousins that their parents got divorced when they were like 10.
So she makes no sense. So when she's 3 and her sister, 3 and 4, she's saying that it didn't really affect them that much. Then why the hell are you telling him to read books and articles because the girls might be affected in a negative way? That makes no sense whatsoever.
And 11, and I think that it hit them a little harder, you know, and he's like, oh, they'll be fine,
Bye,
you know, and I
Florida.
told him, I was like, even though they're small and you think that they'll be fine, I was like, I think you guys should just read about it just so that you guys are prepared in case, you know, one of these two starts having a hard time with the fact that you guys aren't in the same house anymore, you know, and I would tell him, I was like, you know, there's pros and cons to it, like, because he was like getting ready to do it, and it would be like, you know, it's kind of cool having 2 Christmases, and you know, like your parents get to go,
Donna,
you know,
I'm
be
thinking
happy
the same
doing whatever
thing,
it is they want to do with their
girlfriend.
lives.
Same
They
thing.
don't have to be in a situation that's probably not good for the kids because it's not good for those two, you know. But at the same time, it was like, just read. Like that's what I always used to tell him. I'd always tell him to like.
Good night,
I tell
Jen.
people to
I'll
read
see you in
about
the group
everything.
lab.
Reading is so good for you.
So he, at this time, is telling you that,
Don't forget to get Chris's
yeah, I
address.
am the guy trying to save the marriage and she doesn't want it.
That's what he told me. So, and he, yeah.
Heart eyes,
And
right?
then he was like, she doesn't want it.
Isn't she
so
the best?
I'm not going to do it. And then it was like, we're filing for divorce. We're selling the house. And this was like all as soon as they were coming back from North Carolina, like boom, 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 boom.
Do you recall when he gets back from North
Ara,
Carolina?
that would
No,
be a
I don't even know how long
good,
he was out there. I know it was like less than 2 weeks and more than 1.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So he comes back early August. Would that be fair?
Oh yeah, it was definitely like in the first 2 weeks somewhere.
All right.
Probably the second week of
God
August
bless
at some
Saint
point. In
Nicole.
that. I don't remember when.
Does his wife come back with him at that time? Or
Yeah, they all came back.
They all come back at the same
They
time.
all came back.
Why does it bug me so much when she says that, you guys? They all came back. Like she's upset that they all came back. And you guys already know how I feel about this if you've been following me for a long time. I believe, and I know not everybody believes that this, but I do believe the Oxy story is true in North Carolina. I do believe Chris did try to give it to Shanann. And the way she just says they all came back, it just sounds like she's bothered that they all came back. Was it because Shanann wasn't supposed to come back? I don't know. It's just that I pick up these little things. I don't know. It's just me, maybe. Let me play it again.
I don't remember when.
Does his wife come back with him at that time? Or
Yeah, they all came back.
They all come back at the same
They
time.
all came back. And then
Okay, Jen.
yeah, so he continues to just, you know, tell me that this is like what he wants, and so I took the time, and you will see that in the text too, where I I found this apartment. It was perfect. It was so cute. I was like, it's in your price range. It's like 6 miles from the gym. It's 23 miles from work. I'm like, you know, it's super close to Frederick. It's going to be by your kid's school. Like, this is the spot, you know, and
This is the spot.
and I told him, I was like, oh, keep looking for more places. And he's like, well, there's some that I want to go see too. And he actually had me thinking that he was going to go look at these places this week. Before all.
Hold on, let me see what your comments say, Holly. You know what, Holly? I don't believe it was to have Shanann have a miscarriage. I don't believe that. That makes no sense at all. And when you do a simple Google search of it, or even what Chris looked up, it doesn't say anything about a miscarriage. I think Chris was giving it to Shanann for it can look like she accidentally OD'd on it. That's what I'm thinking. You know, she would be in North Carolina. The family would be there. If, you know, how many times do we hear where that's happened, where the husband has, you know, drugged the wife and the wife is found in the bathtub? How many times have we heard of that? I don't think it was ever about getting rid of Nico. I really don't. I think it was all about getting rid of Shanann while they were in North Carolina. Because getting rid of Nico, if you believe Chris, well, then it'd be easier for me to be with the mistress. That makes no sense because you're still going to have Shanann there. Shanann's still going to be there. So I think personally it was to get rid of Shanann. That's what I think, though.
Okay, so this is fairly recent then. if we're
This
talking.
just happened, like in the last.
He's going to go look at apartments.
He wanted me to go with
During,
them,
when you say this week, are you saying
like this.
Monday
this
was the 13th?
week. Like this week.
I think so, Robin.
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, we'll pick out a few spots, And if you want me to come with you, I'll go look at them. But you know.
You said earlier that he had never, or that the apartment wasn't for you and him. It was just for him and his children.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't, you had no intentions of moving in with him.
No, I have my own spot. I still have a lease there till July. And even then, like, he never asked me to move in with him.
Okay.
And I never tried to move.
She had a lease there at least to July, she's saying. Well, August, June, July. So she had only a few months. So I think, is it possible they were going to move in together once her lease was up?
With him. I mean, I told him, I really try to take everything with this whole situation very slow. The only part that I screwed up on was the fact that he wasn't completely separated from her when him and I decided to spend time with each other. That is where I screwed up. But other than that, everything else, it was always like, you know, you build your life, I'm going to build my life, we will intertwine them, but I am not ready to, like, do this. And
she's not ready to do this, but she's looking up wedding dresses. And I'm sorry, I've seen this comment in the Facebook groups that girls are like, well, when I've met a guy and I was looking up wedding dresses, 5 weeks in and you're looking up wedding dresses. I know there's like love at first sight, or maybe that's lust at first sight. I don't believe in love at first sight. I know people are going to come at me for it, but I really don't. I believe in lust at first sight. But you see someone, you don't even know them and you just love them right then and there before even talking to them. No, I'm sorry. I don't believe in that. She's looking up wedding dresses, but she's not taking this relationship serious.
Expected that. And I even said that, and I don't know, that might be in the text, but said that too, where it's like, Chris, like, you need space. Like, you're just getting out of a divorce. Like, personally, I think jumping into a new relationship is a little quick. It's like, I was in a relationship earlier this year, and I think this is also a little quick. And I'm like, so why don't we take our time? And I'm like, if you guys end up doing a week on, a week off with your kids, I'm like.
So she's saying that she was in a relationship earlier that year, like, let's say January or before January. And this would be with that guy, Sean, right? So if they broke up in the beginning of the year, she's looking up Shanann. It's just so weird to me.
The week you have your kids, be with your children. And the week that you don't, I'm like, I don't even want to see you every day. I'm like, I think we should spend like a few days of that together. I'm like, because I like my space, and I think you need your space. I think you need your space to like develop your identity again and like get it back, because I think he's just been like so wrapped up in this whole thing.
This makes no sense. He needs his space to find his identity because he's ending a relationship. Well, I thought the relationship was already over when you guys first started talking. This makes no sense what she's saying. I swear, the lies that come out of her mouth.
He's got in his own life and his life that he doesn't remember probably what it's like to like be single or have time where it's like just him.
Sure.
And so I was just like, like embrace that. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I really try to like take it smart with all that. And it was the same thing with his kids. I was just like, like, and we talk about things every once in a while where I'd be like, hey, if I ever meet, because like I have a lot of house plants. It's a good example. So I have a lot of house plants, and I told him, I was like, one day,
I just want to say this right now. Without saying too much, but she likes house plants. And isn't it funny that there's this Venmo plants over pants account out there?
Ever meet your kids, I was like, I'm going to show these girls how to like paint pottery and plants. I was like, I think they would love to see something grow that they built. I think it would be really, really cute. And like little stuff like that, but it wasn't very frequent. It wasn't, hey, we should get married, and hey, we should have babies, and hey, I want to live with you, and hey, I need to meet your children now, and let's cut the mom out. It was never like that.
Okay, so I believe it was just like that, what she's saying. Hey, we should get married. Hey, we should have babies. Well, we know she was looking up wedding dresses. We know she wants to give Chris his first son. What else did she just say right now?
Hey, we should have babies, and hey, I want to live with you, and hey, I need to meet your children now, and let's cut the mom out. It was
She was looking for apartments with him. I wonder if she did want to meet the kids. Like, not wanted to meet the kids, but she wanted Chris to want her to meet the kids, if that makes sense. And X the wife out.
Never like that.
There was never any
It was
conversation.
never like
about,
that, guys.
you know,
Never
we
like
can't
that.
do this with her around. We can't do this with the kids around. He never said that. You never said that.
No.
So
But who even says that? Let's cut the mom out. Like, what does that even mean? Who even talks like that? Let's cut the mom out. What does that mean? Let's cut the mom out.
kids around.
Hey, I want to live with you, and hey, I need to meet your children now, and let's cut the mom out. It was never like that.
There was never any.
Why does that bother me? Who talks like that? Who says that? Seriously. Let's cut the mom out.
Conversation about, you know,
Yeah,
we can't do
very
this with
telling.
her
It's so
around. We can't
weird.
do this with the kids around. He never said that. You never said that.
No.
So the way you guys were trying to make this work was just, you know, slowly trying to come together because of his current situation.
All right, I think she did say those things. I do. Because she says it wasn't like, you know, she wanted to get married, but we know she looked up wedding dresses. You know, she says it wasn't like I want to, you know, have babies with you, but we know she told Chris she wanted to have his first son. Well, allegedly. I mean, that's what Chris says. So are we to believe she says all these other things, which we know she did say those things, even though she's saying she didn't? Are we supposed to believe that she didn't tell Chris, cut your wife out? Like, that's kind of scary, you guys.
By your own account, your own.
Mine. I mean,
You're
I don't
just
wanna rush.
a independent person that sounds.
Gabriella,
like,
why?
And but through text message or through conversation,
Hi,
he never
Gabriella.
said, "Hey, you know,
Nicole, for real, thank you for
this
that
isn't gonna
super
be
chat. And I
financially
totally agree.
I'm not going to be financially able to do this, or this isn't."
That's one thing I noticed, how easily she just lies. She's just like telling a story. Like if it was true, it just comes out of her mouth. It's insane.
A good thing I got these kids. None of those conversations ever came up.
No, I mean, he told me like he had a budget restriction. So for his apartment, and I'm pretty sure this is in the text, and this will probably be in the last couple weeks. He told me $1,100 to $1,400 when I was asking him, like, because I told him I'd help him do homework. I was like, you do some homework, I'll do some homework. We'll knock this out because if you guys are for real putting the house up, you got to figure it out.
If you guys are for real.
And so that was his budget. And I remember asking him, I was like, you sure you don't want to just get like a house? And he's like, I never thought about a house. I'm like, yeah, you can rent houses, man. Like,
Thank you,
it's a
Aura.
thing. And he's just like, I don't know if I can afford that. I was like, okay. And I knew that those two had been through some
She
financial
sounds
trouble. I
bothered that
definitely
he
found out
couldn't
a lot
afford a house.
more about that situation in the newspaper recently.
Okay, so prior to the newspaper, how did you know he was in financial difficulty?
Because when I went to that house,
Do you see, now she's getting stuck. Now she doesn't know what to say. She's like, now she's getting stuck there. So now let's see what she says. So how did you know about his financial? Let's see what she says.
everything in there is very, 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 very nice. It looks like it all comes with a very expensive price tag. And I didn't.
So she's saying she knew they were in debt because their house is very nice and everything inside it was very nice. What? Are we supposed to believe that? Who goes to a house that has a nice house, someone's house, and you see they have a nice house, nice things, and you're like, you must be in debt. Sorry, you must be in debt. That's the best excuse she can get.
Anything to him about it, but I could kind of tell then where I was like just looking at everything like, how do you guys afford this? And then he has that card.
Why is she even questioning it? How does she even know reality what Shanann makes? How, from the first time she sees it, how does she even know? Did she stalk Shanann that much? I mean, is there a way that she can find out what Shanann was making? I mean, how does she know?
I don't even know how much that car costs, but I bet it's
What car is it?
that Lexus. I'm sure that thing costs like 80 grand, but just like money. Like everything just looked like it costs a lot of money in that house.
You probably have a decent idea of.
And I have a question for you guys. Looking at Shanann's house, she does have a nice house. She has it's a nice house. To me, the way the house is structured and what it looked like, it looks like all the houses where I live in Arizona. So to me, it's not like this mansion that I'm used to seeing, not used to seeing, but when I lived in Cali, you can go to certain areas and you see now those certain areas out there, those are nice houses. I'm like, okay, but Shanann's house just reminds me of the houses out here in Arizona. Do you guys think it looks really expensive from just the first time you go there? And it just makes me wonder. And people used to say that NK came from money and she had money. Her dad had money. And this is why I don't believe they came from money. Because when you come from money, you don't act the way she's acting when you see a house like that. Like someone with money isn't going to go to someone else's house and say, damn, this is a big house. These are some nice things. No, you don't talk like that because you see it every single day and you yourself have it. This is why I don't think she grew up with money like some people try to make it seem at least. Sorry, I had to say that. I was rambling. And I see we have a new member. Christy, are you my new member? You beautiful thing, you. Welcome.
How much money he makes.
Yeah, and it's not enough money to pay
Insanely
for all that.
confused.
Not even close.
Did you have
Arizona.
any idea of what Shanann did for a living or how much money she might have made?
I mean, I had an idea. I would consider her like a sales rep. I don't know how else to describe that.
How do you have an idea of what she made? Like, seriously, how do you have an idea? Can you guys help me out here? Because I'm getting kind of upset. And I've listened to this interview so many times. And every time I get upset over the same spots with this damn interview. It's just making me hot up in this place. Hi, Tabby. Yeah, it's a regular 4-bedroom. Yeah, it looks like a regular 4-bedroom to me. It doesn't seem like these mansions in Beverly Hills. I'm sorry, it doesn't. And did Shanann have all these Gucci and Prada and all these, expensive handbags? No, her handbags she had were from the business that she worked from. So I don't understand why she's saying that they had all of these expensive things. Demon's in the house. And Demon, I put those pictures up for you, by the way.
For the company that she worked for, and
that looks
I don't know
expensive.
exactly how much she made. He said that she was really competitive and she liked to try to keep up with them. He's like, she gets close sometimes. So I don't know how much those two brought in. I mean, off the top of my head, if I could guess, probably somewhere around like $140K a year. I mean, I don't know because I don't know exactly how much he makes, and I don't know exactly how much she makes. But based just off of like what I know about the oil field, like, yeah, I would say that's probably an accurate estimate.
So
I gotta say hello to Jennifer Green. Hello, Jennifer Green. I gave you a shout out earlier, Jennifer, so you're gonna have to watch the replay. You don't see the pictures on the screen? They're for you. Hey, Lady Rebel. I don't think I said hi to you. I think I probably missed some people coming in. So if I didn't say hi to you, hello, welcome. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Gabriella. I think so, too. I'm sure he was telling her everything.
even if they're making,
And
let's
Demon,
just
you need to
use
change
the
your name.
figure $100,000, they're living above their means or below their
Oh my God, like
way too much.
way
Did he ever
too.
discuss with you any of those issues?
I mean, a little. I mean, I didn't know about the bankruptcy or any of that until I read on the newspaper about that. But I think he was really frustrated with the situation. He told me, he's like, I feel like my paycheck goes in my bank account and I just watch it go like this. He's like, but it doesn't have to. He's like, she makes it like that. And I was just
So was
like,
he resentful for that?
I don't know if he was resentful. I just think he was frustrated by the fact that they could.
Can someone explain that to me, please? Let me play it again.
She makes it like that. situation. He told me, he's like, I feel like my paycheck goes in my bank account and I just watch it go like this. He's like, but it doesn't have to. He's like, she makes it like that.
How does he know the paycheck goes like this? I thought he said he didn't have access to his bank account. And again, Chris just making it seem like I have no access to this. I have no control over this. It's all Shanann. It's all Shanann.
And I was just
So was
like,
he resentful for that?
I don't know if he was resentful. I just think he was frustrated by the fact that they could be doing a lot better financially. And she, from the vibe that I got, had really bad spending habits.
So she was a spender. The car, hers or his?
I think it's hers. I'm pretty sure that that's hers.
Do you know what other car they might have?
Well, I mean, his APC pickup truck.
And
Why'd she say it like
That's it, I think.
That's owned by Anadarko though, right?
Yeah. But so I don't think they own any other vehicles as far as I know. I think it's just that thing.
And Anadarko doesn't allow him to drive that on his own personal time, right?
No.
So he's just got one vehicle.
Yep.
And it's a very expensive Lexus. And then they live in a pretty expensive house.
It's a huge house.
Yeah.
I was very taken back when I saw it. I was just like, whoa. How
And
do
then
you
the
guys,
fixtures inside caused you to pause.
everything was just like,
And then you mentioned today you read something about bankrupt.
I have to stop her there. She is driving me nuts. I have to stop her there. So we're going to stop her right there. Yeah, so I guess so. I guess she knows they don't own like the Lexus, and she, we know that Shanann got it through Thrive. It's funny that she's not mentioning that either. Ara, that's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly. She saw dollar signs with Chris. I'm wondering if she thought Chris was loaded. I mean, let's be real. From the outside, they seem like they were doing really well. You can't really judge a book by its cover. That good old saying. Shanann and Chris seem like they had it all. And if she shows up there and she's like, "Wow, you guys have a really nice house," that Lexus, damn, that's $80K. It has to be. She had to think Chris had money. She had to. There's no way you go to someone's house that has all that and you think, oh, you guys are in debt. There's just no way. Who says that? That is not what you would think. Yeah, she pretended not to know what Shanann did. She's like a salesperson, she said. You know what she did. Hold on, let me get this picture off of the screen. So hey Lisa, welcome love, welcome. So we're going to end up doing a part 2, obviously, for this. Let me get that out of there. We'll do a part 2 of it. Because I'm sorry, I can't go on listening to her anymore. And you guys think I'm joking. Every time I do listen to her, I do get a headache. And I'm not just saying that to be funny. I really end up getting a headache over it because all her lies, they're so frustrating. So frustrating. And I keep wondering, like, law enforcement, they're trained to spot lies out. Did they not see that she was lying out of her ass? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Follow the money. Ara, exactly. Ara, I would love to know what your theory is on this whole thing. I want to do a live where I do open panel, but no, I don't want no little peepees popping up. But, when we talk what our theories are, they're blinded by her flirting. I mean, I wonder what was she, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, well, we know they treated her as, I feel like they treated Nicole Atkinson when you watch that, when she goes in there with her son. there's such a different vibe going on than it is with Nichol Kessinger. Rachel, you'll come on panel. I want to do that. Maybe we'll set it up for next week sometime. I want to do, but we talk different theories. I would love to know what you guys think. I'll tell you guys my theory on it. I know my theory isn't, I don't want to say popular, but my theory is pretty much stood the same almost from the beginning. There's some things that have changed, but for the most part, no matter what people have shown me or try to show me, it stays the same with me. Yeah, I don't want no little peepees on my panel. I mean, if you're gonna come and troll me, you better come to perform. I'm just saying. Yep. Hi, Kim. I don't think I said hi to you, Kim D. Hold on, I'm trying to say. Hold on, let me see. I think I missed a comment. John, I'll have to have all my notes in front of me for that live. You know how many? There's a lot of information with this case. A lot. She makes me want to go on medication. Oh, insanely confused. I feel like that every time I listen to her. When I first started my channel, I used to do a lot of videos about NK, like really go into research with it. And then I had to take a break for a while because I was literally making myself sick. And I'm not even kidding. And again, she's innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, blah, blah, blah. Little disclaimer. You haven't been bothering me, Ara, at all. What are you talking about? Actually, if you message me on Facebook, you'll get a hold of me way sooner than email. So if you're in the Facebook groups, that's the best way to get a hold of me because I'm on Facebook almost all day long. It's a problem. Yeah, I don't want no flashers, demon. No flashers allowed. I mean, Jesus, it's kind of... Robin, I am almost to 10K. You're going to make me cry. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. I think it was a couple of days ago. My older daughter, she's really proud of my YouTube channel and she's always keeping track of it. And she's always like, Mom, you're at this amount of subs. You know, she's always sending me, she'll send me a message or she'll come and, you know, and she told me, you're almost at 10K. And I looked and I was like, and low key, I got so emotional over it. It's a proud moment for me. I mean, I honestly didn't think I'd have anybody watching my channel, anybody even talking to me. I knew that I spent so long with this case and researching it. And I just wanted to put it out there, you know, all my research and see what people thought. Did they agree with me? And plus I was so tired of the Facebook group that I was in because if you had a different theory than what law enforcement said, then you were bashed. So yeah, but when I hit 10K, I will cry. I will cry. And we're going to have a big old live and a big old party. We're going to do a huge giveaway. Lots of winners, not just one. So I already talked to Sky about it. We're trying to figure out how the best way to go about it. But yeah, so it is a big accomplishment for me, especially because I've only had my channel for 7 months. So I'm really proud of myself over it. So thank you guys so much. All of you guys that have been here with me. There's some of you that have been here with me since the very beginning. No brown bikini. No brown bikinis allowed. No, none. I will not cry. I will probably cry on my live. I will be honest with you because I'm an emotional creature. I'm not going to lie. I get emotional really easily. So I hope not, because I have that ugly cry too, where you're trying to hold it in and you're trying to look cute at the same time, but you just look horrible. That's my cry. That's me, everybody. So yeah, but I want to have like a open panel and people come on. Maybe I'll have guests. I already know who I want to come on when I do that live, when we hit 10K and the giveaway and stuff like that. But yeah, that ugly cry, I got that ugly cry. Okay, now Demon, you need to stop. I ain't gonna bawl my eyes out now. Now you're overdoing it. Uh-huh. Maybe I will go live in. You have a channel? Wait, Ara, you have a channel? Oh, the strikes. Okay, so Holly, let's talk about those strikes. So let me see what my computer's at, because I still haven't gotten a new computer, guys. Okay, I'm at 13%. Okay, so I don't remember when it was, but if you guys remember, I made a post on the community page about getting hit with copyright complaints. And there was about, I'm trying to pull my phone off so I can probably go in and check my email. But there was about, I think I had 3. And it was early in the morning. I woke up and I had all these emails back to back from YouTube. And it said that someone hit me with a copyright complaint. And it was literally one after another. And there was like a total of 3, I believe it was. So I immediately, because it gives you the video and it gives you a timestamp. So then you go on and you can look at the timestamp and see what you're doing, what's being violated. One of them was the video of, it's about Christina Shanann's friend, and about how the email they have in the discovery, it's supposed to be for Chris's Facebook, but it's actually linked up to Christina. So I talk about that. So I got hit for that. And then the other 2 were for, gosh, what were the other 2 for? I don't remember what the other 2 were for, but I was like, what the hell? And I had got hit when I first started the channel because I put a video up of Shanann, and the video had Shanann had music in the background. So because of that, I got hit with a copyright strike. Now, that one gave me an option to dispute. It gave you an option to dispute, or it gave you an option to remove that part that was being considered copyright. So it was a music one. So I already knew when it comes to music, there's no way you're going to win that one. So I just removed, I took down the video until they were done looking at it. Well, then with the other ones I had got recently, it didn't give me an option to dispute. So I was like, what do I do? And I kept looking at my YouTube studio, waiting for it to pop up, and it wasn't popping up. So I started getting really confused and I was getting really scared. And so I took the videos, I put them unlisted immediately. And then I went to, and I contacted Unjustified. And if a lot of you know who she is, she has a YouTube channel, and she herself went through a huge copyright issue. Someone was hitting her back to back to back to back. So I hit her up and I was like, I sent her the emails that were sent to me, and I explained to her what were the videos about. And she was like, yep, those are exactly what I got. Like the emails were exactly the same, the way it was worded, everything like that. And I'm like, how do you dispute it? Like there's no option. So I ended up emailing YouTube from that email, disputing it and saying why I think I have, because what I was showing was what is in the discovery. So that's public information. And so I wrote an email and I sent all this information and all this stuff to them. And then I also, on YouTube Studio, there is an option where you can talk to somebody. It's probably not even a real person, but I emailed them. I contacted them, and it's a live discussion. And I told them I had copyright strikes on my channel and I didn't know how to dispute it. What can I do? So they asked me for my information and everything for the channel. I sent it to them, and then they replied, they're like, you don't have any strikes on your channel. Your channel is fine. And then I was like, well, I got these emails. So I had to send a screenshot of the emails to them. And that's when they explained it to me that it was a copyright is done by YouTube, where they feel you have violated either someone else's personal information, not personal information, but like the music ones. So they hit you, like if they feel you're violating. But then a copyright complaint is when a viewer hits you with it, that they feel that you have violated their rights. And it wasn't YouTube, it was a viewer who did it. So I was really shocked on that. So I don't know who did it, but someone, a viewer, hit me with the copyright strike over it. I don't know who did it or why they did it. Yeah, so, but what ended up happening at the end was YouTube never contacted me for the dispute. So, you know, I told unjustified about that. And she's like, well, that's a good sign then. So that means that they most likely found out that the person who did the complaints has nothing to back it up and you're good to go. So my videos are back on, and yeah, that's what ended up happening. So I don't know who did it or why they did it. It was really stupid, but thank God, you know, YouTube didn't find anything to back up those complaints because, you know, I haven't heard anything and those videos are back up. So yeah, but I was like, oh my God, like all panicking. Why? So that's what ended up happening with that. So it was actually a viewer who believed their information was being put out, but I don't know. It's just so weird. I don't know, but so that's the story with it. Yeah, Jennifer, I agree. Some a-ho. Yeah, I don't know, but it's over with, so I'm glad. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this live. I want to thank all of you guys for the super chats, all the ones that became members, all of my subs, everybody that's here with me talking. We'll pick up on this one. I'm not too sure when we'll do the part 2 for this one, but it might be either the weekend. I'm not too sure, but we'll go live again. Naked. Demon's running around his house naked right now, you guys. But I do want to, Lady Red Bull and thank you that beer gumbo got me messed up. Ooh, lady, are you feeling your alcohol right now? D, where are you? You barely made it, and I'm ending the live. Say hello to D, everybody. Yeah, Jennifer, rewatch the replay because I do give you a shout out. You are awesome. All right, I do need a mod. And in fact, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to jump on YouTube right now. Hold on, you guys. Where are you, Aura? Let's do it now. Say something now, Aura. Welcome to the family, girlfriend. Yeah, smash that like button, you guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything again. You guys are always so awesome. Donna. Oh, Donna. Sorry, I always think of La Bamba when I see Donna up in chat. It's a free way to show your love and appreciation for me by hitting that like button. And even when you guys share my videos, it's a free way. So thank you all. No, you're the best. You know, it's so funny. I didn't know you were Zape Girls mod until recently when I was in there. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I know you know what you're doing. So I am proud to have you here on the channel. Hey, Leonard, I don't think I said hi to you. Donna and Dee, I think you guys are in the same time zone. Is it cold in Tennessee? Girl, it's already in the 90s over here in Arizona. It's freaking hot. So did you guys enjoy the live tonight? I hope you guys when I go live, I do hope that even though we talk this case and it's serious, I hope at least in the chat you can have a good time and talk to everybody. I know this is serious what we talk about, but I don't know. You already know how I am. Betty, I'm glad you're here. No, thank all of you guys. So you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you guys all soon. I'll be up in the Facebook group right now. So, Demon, I hate heat is why I'm always naked. Oh my God. I can't with Demon. He's hilarious. Zave girl, why? Do I say it funny? Oh no, don't tell me I say it funny. Insanely confused. Are you in the Facebook group with us already? Just shoot me a message. If you're not in the Facebook group, one of my mods, oh God, can one of them link it? And then you just do, there's like a couple of questions, I think like 3 or 4. Just answer those questions. They're simple. It's just like what brought you to the group, what do you think the role of the mistress is, and then what cases you can't let go. And then if you agree to the rules, which just are to be respectful from to one another, even if you don't agree with each other, just be respectful. That's all we ask. And then once you answer those, you're in, and that's it. But it's funny because a lot of people forget to answer the questions, and then we just don't allow you guys to come in. Sorry. Good night, Donna. I'll see all of you guys soon. Yeah, so someone needs to link. You know what? I will. Oh, I think Dee already did it. Oh, okay. I'm looking. Okay, now I'm looking at my phone, so I'm seeing the chat exactly how it is. Oh, thank you, Holly. Oh, Leonard, are you the one that's in Wyoming? Leonard, you're the one that I said that NK called someone from Cheyenne, Wyoming after the murders. All right, guys. Look at Ara. She's freaking badass. Good morning, Dee. What time is it for you? It's 9:30 for me, p.m. Leonard, yes, Leonard. That's what I told Demon. So you guys, just so you know, now I'm just rambling until my computer dies. So the ones that stay with me, you're always the OGs right here that stick it out with me to the very end, where my computer just goes bum and dies. And then you'll see 2 crazy crime chicks on the screen. But Demon has to change his name. In Ireland, it's morning time. Oh, what time? What morning? What's the hours for you right now? Sam, 50%. Thank you for being here. Donna, thank you for being here. Demon, thank you for being here. Sky, as always, is my girl. I think I bug her day and night. Always appreciate you, my love. So, what, Demon? Are you serious? Someone reported your channel? Who? Wow, that's some bullshit. Insanely confused. The Facebook group is, I think it's linked. Yeah, all right. Link the Facebook group. Thank you, love. Shelly, thank you for being here. John, thank you for being here. Insanely confused. Thank you for being here. That sucks, Demon. I'm so sorry. Did you make you had to make a new channel? So wait, it's been completely closed down, your channel? Aries girl. The link isn't working for you. You guys, Aries girl is saying the Facebook link isn't working. Oh my God, Ara, you're on top of it. You're freaking fire, girl. Dawn, thank you, love. Should I try posting it? Hold on, you guys. Let me see. Hold on. What I'm going to do is stick with me. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. All right. You guys are going to hear an echo really quick. Hold on. This is what I'm going to do. Oh, wait. I can't do that. Maybe I could. Try. All right. Does this link work for you guys? Try my link and let me know. Amanda, where have you been? Aura's on fire, girl. She is on fire. This girl's on fire. Don't judge me on my singing, all right? I'm self-taught. All right, guys. I feel bad for Demon, though. That sucks. That seriously sucks, Demon.